why she won't play pretend. She's purposed and proud, won't bow to the crowd. No filter, no lies, her heart's on the line. Take it or leave it, she's not backing down. She's purposed and proud. Every click a choice, every view a test. She's not chasing fame, she's chasing her best. No shortcuts, no cheats, just her soul confessed. They say honesty won't pay the rent, but she's not here for their consent. Her lens is clear, her voice is loud, and she won't be drowned. She's purposed and proud, won't bow to the crowd. No filter, no lies, her heart's on the line. Take it or leave it, she's not backing down. She's purposed and proud. Trends not here to sway. Truth in her eyes cuts through the haze. She's fire and thunder in the digital maze. She stands tall, she won't break. Her words are bond, she won't fake. Heart on her sleeve, that she's purple edge. Won't sell her soul for your shallow checks. They try to mold her into their frame, whisper lies to climb the fame chain. But she's a wildfire, can't be tamed. Burning bright while they all play games. Heart on her sleeve, yeah, she's purple edge. Won't sell her soul for your shallow checks. Honest to a fault if you can't believe she's living her truth. Heart on her sleeve, hey. They throw stones, but she don't fall. Walls around her, they can't crawl. Her voice echoes through it all. She's the one they'll never stop. Heart on her sleeve, yeah, she's purple eggs. Won't sell her soul for your shallow checks. Honest to a fault if you can't believe she's living her truth. Heart on her sleeve, heart on her sleeve, yeah, she's purple eggs. Won't sell her soul for your shallow checks. Honest to a fault if you can't believe she's living her truth. Heart on her sleeve, hell. Heart on her sleeve, heart on her sleeve, hell. She's got a spark in her hand, a fire in her soul, lighting up the night like a neon glow. She ain't bending, she ain't breaking, no, she ain't gonna fold. Dreams stacked high like candle wax gold. Keep her name hustle burns brighter every single day. And not a puppet, not a pawn, she's paving her own way. You can watch or step aside, but don't get in her way. Purple flames rising tall, you think you know, but you know nothing at all. Keep her name out of your mouth if you don't know. She's building up a world while you're putting on a show. She's climbing her way up, she's got that glow. Keep her name out of your mouth if you don't know. She's a storm in the calm, she's a grind in the shine, a rebel heart beating on her own timeline. Take no prisoners, her eyes are set on dreams you haven't even dreamed yet. Keep her name out of your mouth if you don't know. She's building up a world while you're putting on a show. She's climbing her way up, she's got that glow. Keep her name out of your mouth if you don't know.
Still not working. Hold on. All right, there we go. Thank you, Rock Jam. Woohoo! I don't know where everybody is, but welcome in those that are here. As you can see, my voice is definitely getting better, thank God, because I hate not having a voice. And yeah, so we got a lot to cover today. I should be sleeping, but I'm not. But I did sleep pretty good last night, but I'm still trying to recover. But let me just tell you guys, everybody talks about nonsense so much that I had the freakiest fucking dream with her last night. Crazy. And I attribute that to everybody talking about her all the fucking time. But I literally had this crazy ass dream. I don't remember all of it, but I'll tell you guys what I do remember. I'm supposed to die tonight by Dracula. I told the kids if I get mauled by a dog and die, don't say I didn't predict it. So Sage is like, don't go out of the house. I'm not. I'm staying in the house. But if one of the dogs turns on me and kills me, and you guys will understand this in a minute. So I don't remember where we were or why we were there, but her and her husband and I were at some house. Now I know nonsense is, I don't know if she's agnostic, but I know she's not religious. And the reason why that matters, because she was running around holding a Bible and she was all about religion. And her husband was next to her, and there was like a 10-year-old boy around. But the 10-year-old boy was like Satan himself. He looked normal, but he was like an evil kid, like Children of the Corn kind of person. And I remember her and I going through some kind of hallway, and this little boy was just like watching us. And she's holding this Bible like she was praying. And some reason I knew that that meant that she was okay. And that she kept telling me, you need to save yourself before it's too late. And I said, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, and this is where it gets weird, but all of a sudden, Dracula comes into play. I have no idea why. And Dracula is supposed to kill me. and I guess was originally gonna kill her too, but because she's walking around with this Bible, she like, I remember her putting it down on something, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, you're saved." And I start walking away, and this little boy comes up next to me. He's like, "You know you're gonna die tonight, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I know, by Dracula, right?" He said, "Yeah, I just wanna let you know you are gonna die tonight." "Okay." And me and this little boy are walking, and he's like, um, "You can still save yourself." I'm like, "I think I'll be okay." So he's like, "Okay." And just in the back of my mind, I woke up and I'm like, "Wow, if I die tonight, how fucked up is that?" So then I keep thinking, well, Dracula is not real. So what does that mean? Am I gonna get mauled by a dog? So I told my kids, if I happen to die tonight, just say I knew it was coming. It was so fucking weird. And I woke up pretty freaked out, and I keep thinking about it, like, all day, like, "Am I gonna die tonight?" Because the way this little kid, like, walked up to me, and I could tell you he was wearing, like, this gray flannel shirt, and he was, like, this sandy blonde hair, normal looking little kid. It was, like, 10 or 11, and just I was walking away from nonsense, and her husband was, like, somewhere, but not right next to us, and, like, he just walked right up to me and was like, "You know you're gonna die tonight." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, from Dracula. Hey, Angie." And it was just so fucking weird. But I have to contribute this dream about nonsense and why she was in it because everyone and their mother is talking about her. So you turn on YouTube and all you hear is nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. I'm sorry, nonsense ain't that fucking exciting. Hold on, where you going?
To the gym.
All right, have fun. Be careful. So, hey, so I'm like, that's the only reason I could think of, and I don't know who this little kid was, but he was a beautiful boy, but I keep seeing him, like, walking up to me, like, I was walking straight, and Nonsense was sitting down, but I was walking straight. Be kind, you're not the first to say that, and he just came up on the side next to me, and, "You know you're gonna die tonight," and I'm telling you, I can't get it out of my head all day. It was just the way it was done, the way he said it. But it's funny because other people I told the dream to, like, my 2 religious children, they're trying to tell you something, mom. God's trying to tell you something. You need to believe in God, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hush, children. But this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've had that kind of dream where it's a religious dream. Like I'm supposed to believe in religion. And even other people that don't believe in religion are now believing in religion, hence, like, nonsense. Like, but it's funny because I don't watch nonsense, so I think I've watched it, like, a dozen times in my entire life, and, like, I don't know her husband at all. I think his name is Kurt, I don't know, but I've heard people mention it, and that may not even be his name, I don't know. But I don't know anything about him, and for some reason, he was in my dream. Not a lot, but, her carrying around this Bible, knowing that she's as anti-religion as I am, it was just very weird. But this whole "you're gonna die tonight" it's just been sitting with me all day. I'm like, "You know what? I'm just not gonna leave my house tonight." I went food shopping earlier, and then I'm like, "You know what? I'm just gonna stay home all day and night." And that's that. And if I don't leave my house, I can't get mauled by a bunch of dogs, and obviously Dracula is not real, so he's not gonna get me. Oh, Kyle, okay, I knew it was something with a K, but y you know what I'm saying? Why she was in my dream, I have no fucking clue, and why she was walking around with a Bible, I have no clue, and why she was saved and I wasn't, I have no clue, but it was just very, very weird, very weird. So, nonsense, I'm dreaming about you. I don't talk about you and you don't talk about me. Very fucking strange why you were in my dream. So, I never had a dream about Britney. I never had a dream about really anyone on YouTube. I think I did once, but I don't remember who it was. But to have a dream about nonsense was fucking weird. And the only thing I can attribute it to, besides everyone talking about her, is her religious beliefs or like mine. So I don't know. It's just very weird. But if I don't die tonight, if I do die tonight, it's pretty fucked up. And everyone can say, wow, she knew it was coming. So, but is it bothering me a little? A little, kind of like a death sentence, like, it's coming. And that's kind of what I feel like. Like, that's strange. But I keep thinking about it all day. Am I going to die tonight when I go to sleep? I don't know. Are my dogs going to freak out and maul me to death? I don't know. So be kind. Like I said, people are telling me that. But I just thought it was very weird. And I woke up and I remembered every detail. I should have wrote it down or recorded it or something, but I didn't. But I should have. But that's what I remember out of it. So crazy weird. So another thing I want to get into is somebody had asked me about Vegas and Hell's Kitchen and what it was like. It was very expensive. And it was really good though. So Sage and I had beef Wellington, which they give you no sides or anything. It's like $80 a piece. They don't give you any sides. They give you like 2 cherry tomatoes with it. And they give you, I think it was like a 12-ounce steak, I think. And maybe 8-ounce. I don't know, but it was really good. And if you don't know what beef Wellington is, it's like filet mignon wrapped in this like pastry dough and then cooked to however way you want it. So they give you like 2 cherry tomatoes and 1 piece of like broccoli or something. I don't know. And then they take like, it's like smeared on the plate with a little bit of mashed potatoes. And the mashed potato is like they take a little spoon and they just like spread it. It's very strange. But they just spread it. And it's maybe like 2 spoonfuls or whatever. Thanks, be kind. So then Sage also ordered asparagus wrapped in garlic or something. So we both split that. And then Gravy and her husband had a lobster bisque and it was splitting a steak. We all had drinks and I had a Bloody Mary. I forgot what Gravy had. Her husband had, I forgot, Sage had a regular soda. When I tell you the bill was way more than I anticipated, and me and Sage were being treated by Gravy K and her husband. And when I tell you, I had no idea that you could pay $30, $40 for a Bloody Mary. Did not expect. I didn't see the bill. Sage happened to see it. And for 4 of us to eat, and 1 didn't even get a full meal. And the bill was over 5. And that's no joke. It was a beautiful gift from them. I said to Sage, I'm like, I really do wonder how much it was. And she said, I peeked when it came. And she said, I didn't see exact, but I know it was over 5. Wow. So if you're going to eat at Hell's Kitchen, there's a line out the door. Gravy had made reservations way in advance, but it was really good. Gravy K. She's been with me since 2019. Originally, she was taking Sage and her husband, who would have been husband, out to dinner to congratulate them since they were gonna be in Vegas at the same time. But obviously, instead of her husband, it was me. So but I'm really happy I met her. She is the nicest, sweetest person I could have ever asked for. Like, and she's been with me since I started. And her and her husband are just fantastic. And I told Sage, you need a husband like that. You know, he's so like funny and he's very down to earth and just a really nice guy. And she's amazing. If you have any doubt, when you see Gravy K around, she is absolutely amazing. Lovely to be around, fun, honest, doesn't brag. She's just a really good person. And I knew she was from, I mean, she's been with me for so long, but it was so nice to meet her and see what she was about. And, it's different when you see someone in person. Exactly, Sly. I told her that. We all need a husband like that. Like, he's just so down to earth and he wasn't like she's gonna kill me for talking about this, but like he didn't brag about things. He just so down to earth. And, he didn't present himself like, I'm so much better or any like just so not like that. Just totally down to earth. Really nice guy, really nice couple and so glad that I met them. I really so happy that I met her in person. And I actually spent all day Friday with them because my flight didn't leave until midnight Friday night. Sage left. I got her to the airport at 6 a.m. So I was homeless by 12 o'clock. So I spent the entire day with them and we had a really good time. They gambled. I gambled a little. I lost 20 bucks, but they were nice to be around all day, they really were. So and then we were downtown, and we went to this Tony Roma's steakhouse for prime rib dinner because it was only, like, 15.99, and that was really good. I'm not gonna lie, that fucking prime rib was killer. So, but downtown's, like, different than the Strip. I could go on and on about how fucked up the Strip is now. It's so overpriced. Vegas used to be a great vacation, to save money and feel like, you're a superstar. No, it's not like that. And I've never seen more kids and animals on casino floors. Like so many people brought dogs and kids, and it was weird. But like even the Aria Hotel, the cheapest table was $25 minimum. I'm sorry, I'm not a high roller like that. We were watching people, like me and Grave were walking around, we were watching roulette, we were watching like roulette's my game, but I lost money. But Bad Wolf, there you are. And then we were watching craps, and neither one of us understand craps. But I'm watching this guy throw down like $1,100 each time to cash in for chips, lose those, get more. Crazy. I'm like, where the fuck do these people get this kind of money? Like insane. And one thing that's different now than in Vegas than it was in years past, you used to go into casinos and you could see like people were shouting, people were happy, people were screaming, like they were winning. It was awesome. And you'd go over and see, where people won because you hear clapping and stuff. Every single casino we went into, nobody was doing that. Like high stake rooms, empty. Um, it was just so incredibly expensive and ridiculously high, and, one of the this is my thing too. One of the big draws about Vegas was that every hotel was set up differently. So, like, the Bellagio, when that came in, that was like, the creme de la creme. they had Michael Kors, and they had Gucci, and they had Dolce and Gabbana, and they had Prada, and just it was like Rodeo Drive in a hotel. And they were the only hotel that had that. Now, every fucking hotel has the same goddamn stores. To Sage, if I see another Tiffany, Omega, Tumi, Michael Kors, Gucci, Prada, if I don't see another one for 6 months to a year, I'll be happy. Every fucking hotel now has every single store. There's no exclusivity anymore. It's the same corporate bullshit over and over and over and over. So they're saying that Vegas corporations are really trying to kick out middle America. It's going to destroy Vegas. And I was watching videos that say it already has, but it really has. I mean, it's bad. Me and Sage went out to breakfast at our hotel. We stayed at the Venetian, which was beautiful, by the way. But we ate at this restaurant called Yardbird. And this is what we had for breakfast. We had a Bloody Mary. I had a Bloody Mary. We split an appetizer of deviled eggs. They give you 4 deviled eggs. And then we split eggs Benedict. So we technically had 1 meal, 1 appetizer, 1 drink. And she had like a regular drink. The bill was $98. 98 fucking dollars for 1 meal. And I say 1 meal because we split it. That is insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Now, we were given $100 credit for restaurants in there, but I think it still charged her, like, it took off 100 for somewhere else we ate, and they charged her, like, 60 or whatever, but still, that's without a tip. That's just 98 fucking dollars for breakfast. I couldn't believe it. We didn't know what the bill was because we were charging it to the room. But we figured it was gonna be about 50, maybe 60, but to see $98 for basically 1 meal and an appetizer, and the funniest part is, they said when we get in there, you have 1 hour to eat. You can't, like, hang around there. You get 1 hour. And yet it was 98 fucking dollars. I was like, "Whoa, crazy." And then another meal we had Sunday night when we got there, we ate in the Venetian, and that was 60. But that was worth it. That included a drink, like, that was at a different place in there. But yeah, it was insane. Everything is so high priced. I was in the Paris hotel, and I was dying for water. So I go to get a bottle of water. She's like, $8.50. Bitch, go fuck yourself. I ain't paying $8.50 for a bottle of water. So we ended up going to Harley Davidson in New York, New York. They were doing 2 water bottles for $3 with a Harley Davidson wrap on it. I said, I'll take 2 of them. I was like, see, there is normal prices. But I couldn't believe it. I was like, these people are fucking insane. Absolutely insane. But the biggest thing I don't like about the Strip, you used to be able to walk up and down the Strip. You can't do that anymore. You walk, and then it makes you take an escalator to the right and go all the way up an escalator, then go over, and then go down an escalator. And it just sucks. I mean, we walked, it was like, it felt like an hour, but it looked like it was only going to be like a 10-minute walk. So Sage timed it. It was like a 40-minute walk. And then the biggest waste of money, by the way. Oh, let me tell you, Bad Wolf, this showgirls there were fucking fat and ugly. I don't know what happened to Vegas showgirls, but they weren't even good looking. Chippendales were ugly as fuck. I said to Sage, I don't know where they got these homeless looking Chippendales from, but gross. Because they like hang out on the street and stuff. Gross. I mean, the one guy was so ugly. So Sage had eyed this place called Omega Mart, which it's in the video that I made, like, you can see the neon lights and stuff, and it's a cool concept, but we get there, it's $60 a person to go through this thing. It was like 132 $122 for both of us. I said, "Sage, are you sure you wanna do this? To me, this seems like a fucking waste of money." She's like, "No, I've been wanting to do this since it opened in 2019." Okay, so we go to do it. The biggest ripoff of Vegas to date. It was cool concept, but was it worth $60? Absolutely fucking not. I would say it was worth about 20, 25. But they're charging $60 a person. And if you want to interact with certain things, hey, sweet Steva, if you want to interact with certain things, then it's going to be an extra $3. Bitch, I just fucking paid you $122. I am paying extra to interact with shit. So we couldn't interact with anything. We could just walk around for 122 fucking dollars. So afterwards, Sage was like, "Yeah, that was pretty much a ripoff." I said, "You think?" Big time. Big time ripoff. But that was down this place called Area 15. But every single thing that you did, you had to pay for. Like everything in Area 15 was a separate charge. Like you couldn't just get like one ticket for like $60, and see everything. No, every single event, every single room had a different charge for it. I was like, I need to get out of here. This is fucking insane. So then we went to eat. But she was disappointed, but it was all right. So on Tuesday, we went to LA. She loved Hollywood Boulevard. Our hotel was not haunted, even though they said it was. Didn't see any ghosts. If you're from the West Coast and you know In-N-Out Burger, that is the one thing Sage wanted to try. She did. We went to eat at In-N-Out Burger. She fucking loved it. She's like, "We need an In-N-Out Burger where we are." So if you don't know In-N-Out Burger, they are like the best fast food burgers you're ever gonna try. They really are. If you ever see an In-N-Out Burger, stop and get one. They're that good. So first day there, we went to Rodeo Drive. She fucking loved it. She was going all into stores. She just absolutely was blown away. Now, in the video, there's a picture, and that's why I took a picture of it. There's a picture of a yellow building in the video that I posted. That exact building was on my website. And there it was right on Rodeo Drive. I was like, "Oh my God, I have that picture on my website as an office." And there it is right on Rodeo Drive. So I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I don't think I still have it on the website, but I just thought it was cool. So Rodeo Drive was all souped up for Christmas. And she wanted to go into the supermarket she sees on TikTok. I forgot what it's called. It starts with an E, Effie something. And it's right on Rodeo Drive or Beverly Boulevard, which is right next door, one block over. So she's all excited to go in there. To me, it was an overpriced Whole Foods. Like Whole Foods isn't as expensive enough, but it was like just like Whole Foods, except like $10 for a small thing of soup. Very expensive. Yes, air horns, something like that. Yeah. But, it's one of the things she sees on TikTok. She had to go. She had to see it. But we went in there, she took some pictures. She was very happy. She went into Ralph's, like she, was hoping to see someone famous. But really, the only person we saw was Tom McDonald. That was it. And so we went to, after Rodeo Drive, we went somewhere. I forgot where, but we were exhausted. We were tired. Irwan, something like that. Yeah. But she just had to go. And then we went to the hotel. We passed out. Or I'm sorry, I went from Rodeo Drive to In-N-Out Burger. I showed her around LA, like, we went to the Whiskey, the Rainbow, but she's not 21, so there's not much she can do. Walked up and down, drove up and down Melrose, told her we'll go back tomorrow, and then we went to Hollywood Boulevard, which she was really excited about, and she, just wanted to see the stars and look up on all the stars. So she did that, and it's funny because you don't realize how old you are until your daughter doesn't know 3/4 of the people on the stars. I'm talking like Bette Midler, uh, Richard Pryor, uh, Elliot Gould, just people that we know so easily. She had no idea who they were. And it was funny. She's like, "I don't know most of these people." I said, "You know Bugs Bunny, you know John Travolta." She knew Olivia Newton-John. She knew a couple, but most she did not know. And it just goes to show how much things have changed. Uh, where else? Then we met Ellie, Ellie Jabberjaw from Queen Bee, who came over here and was live a couple times. She met us on Hollywood Boulevard. That was interesting. And then Sage wanted to go to this bookstore called Book Soup, which is on Sunset, and we took that robot car. That was the fucking coolest thing ever. I totally want to own a robot car. And it was just, I can't even explain how cool it was. But if you live in LA, definitely take a Waymo, I think it's called. Fucking amazing. So then we go to Mel's Diner. She went to Skims, which is Kim Kardashian's lingerie store. Personally, I think all the shit was fucking cheap. Uh, Bad Wolf, I'll talk to you privately. I don't want to say anything publicly. Um, I'll just say it was interesting. Uh, so Sage is like looking around Skims, and she didn't know, like, I don't know, she's young and she doesn't know lingerie and stuff. But Kim Kardashian's store is so overpriced. And I said to her, I said, "Sage, this stuff is garbage. This stuff is, trust me, it'll fall apart." She's like, "No, blah, blah." I said, "No, it's because it has Kim Kardashian's name on it. But trust me, it's no different than any other fucking lingerie, but it's way overpriced." So, I stopped her from spending stupid money. Like, she wanted a $300 bottle of perfume. I said, "Absolutely not." And, then she just wanted to buy something in Skims. I said, "Sage, don't. There's nothing here that's truly worth it." So then after that, we went to world famous Mel's Diner. And it was funny too because, like, I know that if you're hanging out on Sunset Strip right by the Whiskey, odds are in the middle of the day, you're probably in the music business in some which way, shape, or form. So some guy comes up to us who kind of looks grubby. Like, he's wearing like a baggy sweatshirt, baggy jeans, like Levi's, like nothing special at all. Hair done, but gray. Had to be like early 70s, late 60s, but he just had that musician look. Or I'm sorry, like producer look, not musician look, like producer look. He was going to Mel's Diner too, but he had on these lime green shoes. I didn't really notice his shoes other than they were lime green. She's like, "Mom, why would somebody buy the ugliest $1,000 shoes you can find?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "That dude's shoes were over $1,000. I forgot what brand they were." And I was like, "What are you talking about? How do you know?" She's like, "'Cause I know shoes. Those were over $1,000. I said, "Well, they say you can tell someone has money by what shoes they're wearing." So yeah. So this old dude obviously had money, but I said he's probably a producer or something. You would never know. But he was a nice guy. He just kinda looked homely to me, but yeah, he was wearing $1,000 lime green shoes. So we go to Mel's Diner, which was really cute. We eat, and then we head over to Santa Monica Pier, which was great. Sage gets totally hit on by this entertainer. She was getting hit on all week. But we head over to Santa Monica Pier, and I had never been to Santa Monica Pier, and let me tell you, it was so much fun. Although it was geared towards, like, 12-year-olds for the rides and stuff, it was really nice. I mean, it was a little cold, but it was really nice. The water was beautiful, the entertainment was great, and it was a great way to end our trip, end our 2 days in LA. So, we stayed there, we got some coffee, and then we head back to Vegas on late Wednesday night. We pulled into Vegas at, like, 2:30 in the morning, and then woke up at 7, returned the car, got ready, and from that point on, we barely slept. And that's it. That was pretty much everything we did in Vegas, in LA, shortened in, 24 hours. I mean, in 10 minutes or however long I've been live. But it was good though. We had a really good time. We only fought once, and that was on Rodeo Drive because I wouldn't let her buy this $300 perfume. And it didn't even smell nice either. But it was good. I got sick, but I just kept pushing myself through. Like, I can't ruin her vacation. This is all about her. So I just pushed through it, and my nose kept running, and I kept coughing. And one day, I think Wednesday, I probably had a fever, but I just kept pushing myself through it. And I said, I just got to keep warm. As long as I keep warm, I'll be okay. So I was like bundled up in like 2, 3 sweatshirts. But yeah, I mean, that was it. We found, I bought sweatshirts for everyone, keychains for everyone. Like, we found discounted places in LA that were doing like $5 sweatshirts. It was great. But somehow we each spent like, I think she spent 1,000, I spent like 1,200 outside of the outside of the room, because that was already covered. I'm just talking spending money. That's how crazy expensive everything was, between Ubers and rental car and just everything. But we ate very well. I still lost 2 pounds, which I was very happy about this morning, but we ate very well, and we had a really good time. We really did. We had a great time. And she didn't cry at all. She only cried once, and that was when she was getting off the plane, rightfully so. But I was really proud of her, and our room was amazing. Wait till you guys see the pictures of our room. Our room was absolutely beautiful. We didn't even turn the TV on though. That's how little we were actually in the room. But we gambled a little. We just had fun. It was a great mother-daughter trip. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Probably pick a different destination, but we got a lot crammed in a very short amount of time. And she got to see a lot of different things, which was awesome. And she's very happy. So she bought a new Michael Kors bag on Rodeo Drive. I think she got it on Rodeo. Or maybe she got it in Vegas, one of the Vegas hotels. I don't remember. But she bought something on Rodeo Drive just because she wanted to. I forgot what it was, but yeah. So, but yeah, we had a really good time. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to remember. But I think I don't know what else. I mean, and we went hotel to hotel to hotel. Um, Trying to think what else we ate. Uh, I don't know. I think that was it. On Friday, she was gone. Thursday night, we had the beef Wellington. That morning, we went for breakfast. Wednesday, I forgot what we ate Wednesday. I don't remember. Um, I am actually going to start talking about Timmy in a minute. So you might want to hold off and go to a grocery store. But yeah, Wednesday Wednesday is like a blur to me. I don't know why. Oh, Wednesday we went to that Area 15 or whatever. And then we went to Korean barbecue. Oh no, Wednesday we'll come back from LA. Monday, we went to the Korean barbecue for dinner. I don't know, like I said, my brain is all over. We did so much. All right. So moving on. I happen to be listening to Queen Bee today for the first time like in forever. And B Tim was on. Now B Tim claims that he's so smart. And everybody looks at B Tim like he's so smart. B Tim was proven to be a fucking moron today. Elevated Truth, I think, was even taken back by his stupidity. They were talking about, and I'm going to play it. Hey, Ninja. And I'm going to play it too, but I couldn't believe it because this is like shit you know in like the 5th grade. They were talking about the Ryan Upchurch stuff. I don't know much about it. I don't know what Ryan's worth. I know Ryan has not had a hit in a long time because he changed and I just don't care for his music anymore. He used to write really good stuff. And now even his numbers agree with me because it just sucks now. Hey, it just sucks now. And for the last couple of years, he hasn't produced anything that was worth a fuck. So I don't know what his net worth is. I have my own feelings on Upchurch about who he is and what he does on the side. People say it's just pot. I don't believe it. And I've expressed these feelings before. But regardless, Upchurch is in this lawsuit with Kylie Rodney's parents. Kylie Rodney's parents are suing him for Upchurch going on this rant about how Kylie's not alive and all. And everybody told Upchurch, keep your fucking mouth shut. He wouldn't listen. He got Creek Squad to run around saying how this girl wasn't real and all this other stuff. The problem, in my opinion, and so B Tim is sitting there like, oh, he's going to lose everything and he's going to end up in jail and blah. B Tim, shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. And B Tim is just going on and on about what an asshole, Ryan is. But if I remember correctly, Ryan did state it was his opinion. And what I never understood personally, who cares what Ryan Upchurch thinks if your daughter is alive or not? Who gives a fuck? Why do you care? Why do you care what some fucking dude on the internet thinks? So he doesn't think your daughter's real. How does this affect you? It doesn't. So I always felt like this was a money thing. I really did. Because, yeah, Upchurch has millions of subscribers, but not millions of subscribers watch that video. His videos on Kylie Rodney didn't even reach 100,000, or I think the strongest one was like 150,000. Well, it seems Upchurch has already spent $1 million in legal fees, which I don't doubt. But even though I didn't agree with Ryan, I felt like he should keep his mouth shut. It was his opinion. And he's entitled to his opinion. But the Rodneys see it totally differently. I did not watch his deposition. I have no desire to sit here and listen to him for 3-4 hours. Not that I don't like him, because I do. But Elevated Truth was saying that he was a very nice guy and he gives out a lot. And I agree with that. He really does charities and he's, given away a shitload of money. And if he agreed, like he gave me $500 just for going on a panel and talking about date rape against the Glare and some other dude. And I mean, little things like that. Like he is a very giving guy. So to see all of this bullshit over someone's opinion on the internet is fucking stupid to me. Now, granted, I didn't watch the deposition, and maybe I'd think differently if I did, but just overall, like, Ryan Upchurch is nothing in your life. Who fucking cares what he thinks? Like, who gives a shit? But that's just my opinion. But anyway, that's the background of what they were talking about. Beats him. They were talking something about free speech. And again, I'm going to play it, but they were talking something about free speech. And in my opinion, everybody knows that free speech has its limitations. It's free speech until you defame someone or make something not an opinion. I thought everybody knew this. This is like social studies 101 when you learn about what free speech is and you learn about what these things are. Well, B. Tam had no idea, and he's sitting there fucking arguing with Elevated Truth, and Elevated Truth, in my opinion, was even taken back. Like, are you really this fucking stupid? Like, of course there's limitations on free speech. You can't go around hurting people or defaming people and call it free speech. It just doesn't work like that. But it was just a fucking weird interaction that B. Tim did not know this. It was fucking weird. But let me pull it up. Um Oh, that's what they were talking about. Hold on. So plaintiffs regretfully file the instant motion based on defendant's conduct in posting his entire videotape deposition to YouTube in violation of an existing protective order in this case and separately attacking the integrity of this court. Under the unusual circumstances, the defendant's outrageous conduct, a finding of contempt of is warranted and appropriate relief is necessary. Okay, just so you guys know, that's what the other side filed. That's not the judge's ruling. The other side is saying that they can't do that. Ryan can post whatever the fuck Ryan wants on his channel. He's not in contempt for that. Even if there's a protective order, Ryan is allowed to post whatever the fuck he wants to post. It's his channel, his deposition. So I don't think that'll be awarded. On Thanksgiving Day, defendant Ryan. Hold on, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. People were making it sound like that it was that the courts wrote that, but no, that's not true. This is just what the other side filed. Thanksgiving Day, defendant Ryan Upchurch uploaded his entire videotape deposition. He titled the video "The Hilarious Deposition of Ryan Upchurch, Sued for Freedom of Speech and Thought." He also uploaded clips of the same deposition to his Instagram account. In one of these clips, Mr. Upchurch, in a reference to undersigned counsel, captioned the video, "I will always be attorney Chris Smith's biggest loss in his entire career of law. This truly shows if the basic ass truth is the basic ass truth. There is nothing anyone can say to you. It literally is what it is, and we are supposed to be the illiterate ones." At the time of this filing, Upchurch had 3.3 million subscribers, which he's had for years. And the video of his deposition has been viewed 132,000 times. He has 900,000 followers on Instagram. The video referencing undersigned counsel is not the first one Mr. Upchurch has loaded in recent days discussing this litigation. He's entitled to discuss whatever the fuck he wants. To directly attack the integrity of the court, referring to the court as a goddamn crooked judge. Well, that's not good. So with me being who the fuck I am and how I was raised around here in Chatham County, I had to pick up the fucking weight. I had to put my fucking career on hold for Jesus Christ the past 2 years pretty much because the lawyer's fucking retarded and she don't know what freedom of speech is. She's like, you have to settle it out of court. It cannot go to federal court. Please, please don't make it go to federal court. Well, how many just hold up a fucking red flag and be like, woohoo? Look at me and my red flag. What fucking lawyer that's getting paid and you're fucking invoicing me all this fucking money? On November 27th, undersigned counsel asked defendant's counsel to ensure the removal of deposition videos or plaintiffs would have no choice to file the instant motion. Having received no response, plaintiffs have filed a motion under these unfortunate circumstances. There is a protective order in this case. Critically, that order provides no deposition or transcripts thereof may be read by anyone other than the deponent attorneys of record. No deposition there may be read by anyone. Technically, they weren't read; they were watched. The purpose is twofold: to coerce the defendant into compliance with the court's order and to compensate the movant for the loss sustained. The party seeking contempt bears the burden of proving by clear and convincing evidence that the respondent violated the court's prior order. Technically speaking, though, the order says that that nobody can read it, and nobody read it. Him posting in his part on a video is not people reading it. That's him speaking of his own deposition. Nothing here says he can't post anything on YouTube. He will win that. Party seeking contempt bears the burden of proving by clear and convincing evidence any ambiguity in the court's order must be resolved. Mr. Upchurch violated by uploading his entire deposition to YouTube. Clear and convincing evidence is established. Turning to defendant disparaging comments toward the court, referring to the court as a goddamn crook judge. Such comments appear designed to undermine these proceedings and to generate pretrial publicity, undermining the judicial process in this case. The court has inherent power to prevent defendant from making such comments in the future. I don't know. Technically, he really didn't do anything. The defendant is prohibited from further disseminating, publishing, posting, or uploading any deposition materials, transcripts, or recordings to any social media platform. Okay, but that wasn't in there specific before that. It did not say he could not upload to YouTube. It just said nobody could read it, and nobody read it. Now they're trying to add that in there. Or if I immediately remove his deposition video, deposition clips, and all related commentary from YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Defendant is permanently enjoined, further disseminating. Okay. Order defendant is permanently enjoined, blah, blah, blah. Award plaintiff's counsel reasonable attorney's fees and costs in the amount of $2,500 to be paid by defendant within 14 days of entry of this order. You don't have an entry yet. All right, did I skip something? No, this is what the other side is writing. The other side is asking that the courts grant this motion. Plaintiff's motion for contempt. Okay, they just repeating it. All right. So yeah, so that's what happened with Upchurch. Oh, there's more? Plaintiffs state that on August 13th, after Kyle's rally to make a social media post, he's entitled to say whatever the fuck he wants. You know, here's another thing. Ryan could say, and I think people forgot this, Ryan could say whatever the fuck he wants. Ryan gave a Hellcat. That is $100,000 car to the people that found Kylie. To the very people that found Kylie Rodney. Ryan Upchurch gave $100,000 car, thanking them for finding Kylie Rodney. And the family went and still sued. I'm sorry, it's fucked up. Be thankful that this man ate his words without having to say it and ate his words without having to say, I'm sorry, and turned around and fucking gave $100,000 car. They didn't give $100,000 car. Ryan Upchurch did. And that people seem to forget about. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying what he did was right. And I'm certainly not saying that what he did wasn't fucked up. But at the end of the day, he did more for the people that found their daughter than they did. Just saying. I can't believe that was 2022. Yeah, Kylie Rodney's not Kylie Rodney. She's Callie Ross. That was the dumbest thing he ever said. I remember that. That was so stupid. I mean, personally, I would have said, yeah, I was on drugs at the time. Sorry. Oh my God. On October 10th, Upchurch filed a pending motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim upon which relief may be granted. Can I ask you something, Queen Bee? How the fuck are you how the fuck are you what's the word I'm looking for? Watermarking someone else's video. Please make it make sense. You can't watermark Ryan's video. She's such an idiot. Who's that? All right. So now you guys have the background. You know what's going on. I don't need to go through this whole thing.
I just look out my window and I see Buka just staring at me. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Then I'm looking at my window. I pop my head out the window. I'm like, yo, I'll be fine.
Oh, dude, Turtle Boy's fucking crazy. All right. Where is Elevated Truth? Where the fuck is Elevated Truth? Am I fucking losing it? Because I heard the whole thing today. And I can't find where Elevated Truth is here. Isn't Rowena?
Point.
Yeah, it is Rowena. Did she do 2 lives today or something? Am I fucking losing it? Did I imagine a conversation or something? No. Did she do 2 lives today? She had to have. Oh, you know why? I'm a fucking moron. Hold on. She did do 2 lives. But hold on. I'm a fucking idiot. Wrong channel. She was on all day. She was on over 6 hours today. The fuck is, don't these people have lives?
Pulled out.
No. It's doing it, stupid. So, I mean, again.
Let me tell you why she thinks like that.
You just waking up.
It's one.
So, yeah.
They're just friends, though, you know, right?
Shit.
Do you think they get on the phone after he passes out drunk?
Of course. You want to know? I
They
put
say
that
that. They say that Harry
The Minnesota border, we got hammered. Big thing right now is what the fuck is going on? I mean, I don't know why TikTok does great. We should actually just wait. God, this bitch over here, she is knocked the fuck. The only reason I can see is because it's on my camera. Because mine fucking is fucking Sean.
Piggy, piggy, pig. She's the only one.
Grift.
They really are. How have we started?
Because you are not getting where that's what we're listening to is happened. So I don't.
Hold on. Let me search for this. This is fucking stupid. And of course, there's no fucking transcript. Oh, there it is. No. How does she not have a fucking transcript? Motherfucker. She has no transcript. I feel gypped.
I'm
Right.
not sure.
like
The
Turtle
only-
Boy has a better chance of winning his. If he gets Turtle Boy got sued, he would.
Okay. That was good. We just found it.
Happened. So I don't. I'm
Right.
not sure if you maybe missed the whole video or what, but that's definitely not what happened.
It's the bullshit and lies that are pushed that some of y'all just don't use your own brain to think about things that don't make sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of, I forgot to send. Hold on one second.
What's up, B-Tim?
Hey, what's up? How you
going
doing?
on, Wayne?
Nothing much.
Doing all right, bro.
Just listening. I think Ryan Upchurch is fucked. He's gonna lose millions.
I don't think he has millions to lose.
Shit, he better have millions to lose. They're gonna make him sell his record. You know, like you own your
His
label.
catalog.
Yeah, his catalog. They're gonna force him.
Beats him. Shut the fuck up. You also thought Betty was going to jail. And Betty was going to owe Queen Bee millions. Dude, you know nothing. Just shut the fuck up. You sound like an idiot.
Sell that shit and get that money. They're gonna get that money one way or another because he's fucked. He's lost. He's completely fucked. There is no way he's winning this lawsuit.
You're wrong. There's a very good chance he'll win this lawsuit, or it'll be an even trade. He'll have to pay lawyers' fees, but trust me, he's not losing millions. I don't even think they're suing for millions. I think they're suing for a minimal amount. Like, this is what makes him so dumb.
Zero. Like
The
Turtle
only-
Boy has a better chance of winning his. If he gets Turtle Boy got sued, he would have a better defense. 100%.
Well, I'll say it's not beyond him getting out of it because he's gotten out of lawsuits before,
Yeah,
right?
he
And
settled.
his attorney is really, really good.
Yeah, but he needs to settle. That's the thing. He should have settled. I'm sure if he would have went in there and he would have just paid their attorney's fees, made a speech, and deleted the content and not talked about Kylie Rodney, they probably would have walked away.
He gave $100,000 to the guys that found him. That found her. I'd say that's kind of an apology, and I don't think he would give away $100,000 Hellcat for somebody that didn't exist. But they didn't think of that. This is so dumb.
Yeah, I think he truly believes what he's saying, though. I think that's the problem.
Well, the problem is that if these were public figures, he would have a potential defense because of that. But these are private citizens, and all you need to do is prove negligence. That's it. Not malice and negligence. And he's dead to rights. He's done for. And he stated that they scammed, that they were doing a GoFundMe scam, and they stated a lot of things. He stated a lot of things as facts, and it's not good. And he also showed the father of the deceased child's house on a live stream.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like he's.
First of all, that is a public hotel. That is not a house like, I mean, they live in a public hotel. Anybody could look it up or find it. It's public. It's a hotel or a B&B, whatever you want to call it. Either way.
Pretty much dead to rights. If this goes before a jury and they play the part where where he was on a panel with Zavgirl finding out about the deceased child being found, and he felt forced saying sorry for her loss, that's not going to play well for the jury. The jury's going to look at him like a monster, and they're going to hit him hard like Alex Jones.
All you need is one person on a jury to be a Ryan Upchurch fan or be part of Creek Squad or something. Creek Squad is all over the country. Ryan Upchurch fans are all over the country. All you need is one juror. So again, B. Tim, you're wrong.
He's going to be hit hard. He's going to lose everything. He better settle. If I was him, if I was in his shoes right now after that, I would be running to settle. They said $1 million, we settle this case, and you don't post anything about this, but I would do it immediately.
He won't do it. He'll take it all the way to trial.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do, is take it all the way to trial. Ryan is doing exactly what top-notch lawyers are advising him to do. And I was taught a long time ago, you don't give in. You take it as far as you can. And if you have the money to fight it, then you fight it. You never settle, ever.
Yeah, in fact, he actually just last night I noticed he uploaded all of his Kylie Rodney content again. So
yeah, he's
everything
not
is
gonna stand down.
everything.
Pride before the fall, pride before the fall. And he's going to fall hard. He settled with Mal because he was, and the strange thing is he had a better defense with Mal, at least, because Mal is a limited public figure. So he could make that bullshit argument. He would still lose 100%. But the facts are that this is not good. we're watching the destruction of a person if this goes to trial. This will be the complete destruction.
I don't think so.
And I am 100% with Elevated Truth. I don't think so either. B. Tim is clueless.
I absolutely don't think so. I think that people listen, I'm not standing in Ryan's corner either. I'm just looking at it from where it is. People underestimate just how I don't want to use the word conniving because that implies something negative, but just how dug in he can become into things. And I don't think he's going to stand down from it. I also don't think it was a good idea for him to do any fucking thing that he did. And I don't think it's okay, but I just don't think he's going to back down, especially when his stance on free speech is so high.
It's not free speech. What he did was, I mean, like, no offense, the guy threatened to sue us.
Yeah, listen, I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm just simply saying, like, I don't think he's going to settle.
He threatened to sue us. He threatened to sue us because we pulled up a bunch of articles that misrepresented the age of his girlfriend.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, there was a previous girlfriend that I think they had a bunch. I forgot her name, but I had to pull up. Let me see what was that, because I think I still have the Ryan Upchurch files. But yeah, I did have that back then. So yeah, like basically he threatened to sue us because we pulled up an article, or someone mentioned that the age of Ryan Upchurch's Brianna. You heard that one, Brianna?
Yeah, it's Struggle's daughter.
Yeah. So what happened was that there was an allegation that someone jumped on the panel and made an allegation that she was like underage when they were dating or something like that.
Absolutely not.
And the issue was there was a bunch of articles that confused one Brianna with another Brianna, and that Brianna was a lot younger. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They had the same name and even like the bios. So that person got confused. So these articles just kept on copying that misrepresentation of the other Brianna. And we looked, and then I had to look it up afterwards. And it turned out, like, I think 24 hours afterwards, we found out. But he was pissed. He was like threatening to sue that lady that was on the panel via Queen B2. So if he believes like freedom of speech is absolute, why threaten to sue people? Like
This is the part that I'm talking about. Didn't we learn in 5th grade that freedom of speech has limitations? Even if you fight for freedom of speech, you still can't defame somebody. And B. Tim does not understand that. He's that much of an idiot. Now listen to the way Ryan, yeah, because they can't afford it or they don't want to deal with it. But if you can afford it, Tommy, a lawyer will tell you take it all the way. If you can afford it. Most people can't afford it or don't want to pay for it, so they settle. Listen to the way how stunned Truth is. He's like, is this guy really this fucking stupid?
I believe
that's not the first time I've heard Ryan Upchurch say he's going to sue somebody. You know,
but like, if you believe freedom of speech is absolute, then I could defame you all day, every day, and you can't sue me.
Listen, I don't disagree with you, B. Tim.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm absolutely not taking up for him. There were 2 Briannas, I believe. There was a Brianna, which was his high school girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, it was basically, they were confusing her age because they showed, like, the lady was saying that Ryan was 24 when she was 16, and that was false because they were mixing up the wrong girl, the wrong Brianna.
That makes sense.
And that's the situation that basically happened. And then I think Heels made a video. I downloaded the video. And she had to do a correction afterwards when she realized, oh, fuck, this is wrong information because these articles just copy the wrong article constantly. But he threatened to sue us for that. And if you believe in absolute, freedom is absolute, you don't threaten people all the time with litigation.
You also don't call someone a pedophile on the internet when they're not.
Well, if you believe freedom of speech is absolute, it's everything. It's
no,
everything.
Well, if that's the case, then you can threaten people. And that's against the law. But that's not freedom of speech.
Well, why is that?
Because it's defined under the Constitution what free speech is. Free speech, but so that's what free speech goes by. You can't just say free speech is unlimited to everything. Nobody believes that.
Well, Elevated Truth, nobody with a fucking brain believes that. But B. Tim does believe that. How he thinks that you could just say whatever you want and it falls under free speech. Are you really this fucking dumb? Of course there's limitations. As a matter of fact, by law, if you spread a rumor that someone has herpes, that's an automatic win for the other side. Did you know that? That is a fact. That if I went around saying B Tim has the H and I spread that all over, that's an automatic win for him in court. So no, free speech has its limitations, B Tim. I really thought you of all people would know that, but I guess you're not as smart as you think you are, because everybody knows free speech has limitations.
We have a
Yes.
constitution that says free speech is allowed under the Constitution with these guidelines, and we live that way. So that's what free speech. And when people fight for free speech, right, they're fighting for the constitutional definition of free speech, not some bullshit definition of free speech to make it sound crazier.
Okay, so what is the constitutional concept of free speech to you?
Well, we have laws that practicate the free speech. Those laws are things like it is against the law to threaten someone. So if you threaten someone,
So there's limits.
Well, there's limits to everything. We don't live in a country in which we have free reign to do whatever the hell we want. We live under a constitution and a basis of laws.
Yeah. So if I said my opinion was that someone so-and-so was a P, would that be appropriate or would I be sued?
Well, if you said my opinion, that would be one thing. But if you said they are, that is a direct and it's an implied statement. So that would be illegal. If you said I think somebody is, it would be ruled under free speech. It would be shitty of you, but yes, that's a free speech. There are limits by law, meaning that.
I mean, like, honestly, am I the only person that knew this? Isn't this every single person in the United States knows these things? Like Tommy just said, you can't yell fire in a movie theater either. I mean, everybody knows this. I didn't think any adult in today's day and age doesn't know what free speech is. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but am I wrong here? Or is this shit we learned like in 5th grade? Where B. Tim is like, what does the Constitution say? Like, how the fuck do you not know this? But if I'm wrong for that, let me know. But I don't think I am.
You cannot.
You're wrong, because that would be basically moral turpitude, because if someone's a pedo, they're breaking the law.
No. You can say, I believe B. Tim is SpongeBob SquarePants and just walk down, Broadway. It doesn't mean that you are. But if I said, I just saw B. Tim walking down Broadway dressed as SpongeBob SquarePants and you didn't, then that would be different. One is based on a visual, a reality, and the other is not.
No, that's a different scenario. One is basically something. Oh well, one is legal. Me walking down to SquarePants, whatever, is completely legal. I'm not breaking any laws.
And so is what you just said.
Me claiming that you're a pedo or something is claiming that you've broken the law, and that even though I say my opinion doesn't cover my ass, because it still is defamatory in nature. And it's
okay. So you're telling me. So let me ask you this: if I say to you, because you're assuming that the statements or the words have more value based on whatever you're accusing the person of. So the harsher the crime, you're saying that it would cause less of the ability to say it, and it's not, because you saying that would be no different than me saying, I believe that B. Tim is a criminal because he speeds. Right? I don't have any proof behind that. I can't provide you with proof that he did. So you can say, oh, that's defamation. I don't speed, and I can say, well, you may not speed, but I think you do. So my freedom of speech is to be able to say, I think you do. My freedom of speech does not give me the ability to say, you do. You absolutely do. That is a direct and a accusation based on like the direct. It's not a assumption, a thought, or an idea. Those are different. That's the same way as we're covered here on YouTube, where we can speculate all day, right? I can speculate that this person or that person did something, but I cannot directly say they did do something.
Well, it actually goes to the concept of the type of crime you're accusing as well. So if I said my opinion, you're a pedo, and I stated that, that's a vile thing to say, and that would be under moral turpitude.
But if you said I was a thief, that's okay?
Yeah, no, actually, no, that wouldn't be okay. Like, for instance, if I said, oh, you're stealing from your client, in my opinion, I think you're ripping off and stealing from your clients when you sell your products. That would be defamation.
So.
No, Tim, that's not defamation. Defamation doesn't start with I think. That's not defamation. Defamation is elevated truth is robbing his community. And you know this as a fact. You know that he is definitively robbing his community. You have no proof of it, But you're running around saying that, hurting his reputation, that he is that he's robbing everybody. That's defamation, B. Tim. Defamation is not, I think. Those two words wipe out defamation 100%.
Just because we're on the conversation, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying from my perspective, I see it this way. But
Elevated, just fucking say it. He is wrong. You know he's wrong. You can hear in your voice you're frustrated because he's wrong.
let me ask you this. So would you say defamation is saying someone got their stuff off of stolen trucks?
No, my concept of there's three segments of.
So that wouldn't be defamation.
There's three segments of defamation. There's private citizens. So if I just go to a random YouTuber and I start defaming them, there's a lower standard for defamation for them, which is negligence. The proof that a common person should have known, like research that this person didn't do this, so and so. And then there is limited public figure, and then you have public. Then you have a public figure, and these three. Then you go into Sullivan versus New York Times.
This is B. Tim wanting to hear himself fucking speak. Defamation is defamation. Doesn't matter who the fuck it's said to. Defamation is defamation. When you try to ruin someone's reputation by lying about them, that's defamation. Doesn't matter who the fuck it goes to. Doesn't matter if they're a public figure or a private citizen. Defamation is defamation, period. What he's talking about is the consequences of it. But defamation's defamation, period.
With a limited and public figure where you have to prove malice, that you have to prove not only the statements are untrue, that you did it out of malice, that these statements were basically so that to enrich yourself or to basically grow your channel or to do things like that. So there's three different segments. So what the issue with Ryan is that he basically not only stated things as facts, which is a very bad thing. He stated these things as facts, and these people weren't real.
Oh, I agree with that part.
And they and he basically stated that they were doing a scam, which was a.
That is Ryan's opinion. Ryan is entitled to his opinion. Was his opinion wrong? Abso-fucking-lutely it was. Did I tell him to shut the fuck up? Absolutely did. Did a lot of people tell him shut the fuck up? Absolutely did. But at the end of the day, it was his opinion. And again, for him to swallow his pride, he gave away $100,000 car to the people that found their daughter. That to me was Ryan's apology. But that wasn't good enough. They had to file a lawsuit. But if I remember correctly, standard of proof, that's what I was looking for. It's a different matter of proof, but the definition of defamation is still the same across the board. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word I was looking for. Standard of proof. I forgot what I was going to say.
GoFundMe scam, which is also
right.
Yeah. So, and he also did false light, which was basically showing their address and sending people to harass him. He's pretty much screwed. But
I don't disagree with you on that. I thought we were still talking about the other thing. But yeah, I don't disagree. When it comes to Ryan, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. I think
for the record, you should never call anybody a pedo. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
They are one, right? Like that's just what it is. But like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that Ryan's right in any way. I just believe that free speech is free speech, but there are consequences to your actions, and I think that's what he might suffer from.
Which is being sued, which is your consequences.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also, it's like you can't save yourself by just saying your opinion, because honestly, what's going to happen is that you're going to get sued, and then the judge is going to look at it and say, well, you stated it this way, and even though you said in your opinion, I think we're going to open this up to discovery, and now you're going to have to pay a bunch of money, $100,000 or so, to fight this case. It's just that simple. And
B. Tim, you don't even know the fucking definition of free speech, and you're sitting here saying that you know what a judge is going to say. A judge may totally agree with Ryan. Judge may totally say Ryan is right. It's free speech. Although he was wrong, he didn't damage anybody's reputation. Nobody, people laughed at him. Nobody took him seriously, but a bunch of fucking idiots. And that's it. It didn't hurt their business. But as come to think of it, I don't think they were asking for a lot of money. I might be wrong, but I really don't think they were asking for a lot of money to begin with. But I can see a judge siding with Ryan. I really can. And I think that's why Ryan is playing this out to the full extent. I don't know. Maybe Ryan's trying to run up their bills so they quit. But did the mom lose business over this? No. Did anything Ryan do hurt them? No. So I think there's a good chance that the judge is going to rule in Ryan's favor.
And you can get easily lost in the weeds with that. And also, it depends on what you say. If I say you're speeding, I mean, I doubt that. Number one, who's going to bring a lawsuit? Number two, what losses are you going to have? You're not going to lose anything. There's no like moral. No one's going to be like harassing you or calling you names or fucking with your business because you're speeding. But if I called you a P word, or if I said you're scamming people with your business, that could affect your real life, where it's removing business and ruin your reputation for doing business or meeting other prospective people. So there's a limitation.
No, when they first started looking for Kylie Rodney, I forgot the name of the group. Guys, help me out. Who was the group that found them? I totally forgot their name. Ryan had said if they find Kylie Rodney, he would give them $100,000 Hellcat. They found Kylie Rodney within, 20 minutes? After all was said and done, Ryan handed over $100,000 Hellcat with the keys and everything, signed the title over, said, "Thank you guys for finding her." Ryan didn't have to do that. Ryan could have ate his words. Adventures of Purpose. Thank you. Ryan could have, this is after Ryan claimed all these crazy ass theories. But when Adventures of Purpose got involved, Ryan said, "I'll give you $100,000 Hellcat if you find her." Well, and show receipts. And that's exactly what he did. He turned over the keys to Nick, one of the guys, one of the main people that found her. I think his name was Nick. He got the Hellcat. If I was Kylie Rodney's family, and this is just a personal feeling, if I was Kylie Rodney's family, yeah, this guy's an asshole and this guy said all this dumb shit. But at the end of the day, he paid them for us. I don't have a $100,000 car to give them. But this man, this stranger on the internet, this celebrity, quote unquote, public figure, whatever you want to fucking call him, singer, stepped up and gave the people who found her $100,000 Hellcat. If that doesn't scream, "I'm sorry," without swallowing your pride, then I don't know what does. He didn't have to do that at all. But in my opinion, that was Ryan's way of saying thank you. That was Ryan's way of proving, yeah, this girl really existed. And for some reason, people seem to have forgotten this. People seem to forgot that Ryan gave his $100,000 car just for finding her. And then this lawsuit ensued. Ryan had walked away from the case by that point. He gave away his car, said, his apologies or whatever, and that was it. Everyone thought it was done. And then here they come out with this lawsuit. They weren't harmed at all. They didn't have any, like I said, Ryan told everyone in Creek Squad, it's over, it's done. And everyone from Creek Squad just stopped.
Of freedom of speech, and those limitations are guided by defamation laws, slander laws, and stuff like that. And
well, I think the idea behind freedom of speech, if you really look at it, is there are laws to what you can and can't say as far as threats, but we live in a country where free speech is completely allowed. But then there are also consequences for the free speech. Like, you're not getting executed for the words you say in the U.S. You're not getting thrown up on court and executed because you talked against a religion or you see what I'm saying? So we don't live in a culture.
Well, the original concept of freedom of speech and freedom of religion and all that stuff was started because the founding fathers didn't want to repeat the mistakes of the European people. Basically, if you think about it, during Elizabeth times, or during Catherine Medinci's times, you had the whole situation with Protestants and Catholics literally burning each other and murdering each other for opinions on church or opinions.
Tim, that has nothing to do with anything. Just admit you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Plain and simple. Who gives a fuck about religious fightings and all that other stuff? That has nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with this situation. You're just a fucking idiot. Ugh, pisses me off. Now, even if you didn't follow that part of the case, which is fine, but even if you didn't follow it, you have to understand Ryan, I believe, was coming out with a new album or something. Do I believe Ryan was trying to, like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but it's like circumstantial evidence. It's one of the reasons that I don't believe in circumstantial evidence. And I, being on a jury, would never convict someone if there's not hard evidence. Maybe that's why I've never been called for jury trial. I don't know, but I am dead set against circumstantial evidence. I think it's bullshit. And Ryan is the perfect example of that. He put together certain timelines, and I was on panel with Captain Kurt, this other guy, Darren, I forgot his name, don't hate me. But they were able to put together the circumstantial evidence that sounded really legit. I mean, when I tell you it sounded legit, I am not joking. They made it sound like Kylie Rodney was not really a person. And I would fight with him. Zavgirl would fight with him. But he even convinced Zavgirl that this could be true. So my point is, that's one of the reasons I can't stand circumstantial evidence. And Elevated Truth brought up a really good point. It's not defamation if you really believe it. And Ryan allegedly really fucking believed it. He really believed that what he was saying was true. If he didn't really believe it, he sure made a lot of people think that he really believed it. But again, once he gave away his Hellcat, he never brought up Kylie Rodney again. He was done with it. But now him putting the stuff back up, I'm not sure what his game plan is or why he's doing that, or if he's trying to show that he's not backing down. Like, I don't know. But he did take down all of his Kylie Rodney videos, and that wasn't good enough for them. They still hit him with a lawsuit, which I'm sorry, I'm not on their side on this. And I'm not sticking up for Ryan because I think what he said was fucked up. But I am kind of sticking up for him because once he gave away the car to them, he was done with it. He even said he was done with it. He told all of Creek Squad to be done with it. It's over. Body was found. Move on. And removed all the videos, and I think kind of felt pretty dumb. And then they had to file this stupid ass lawsuit, and now he's probably like, fuck you. I don't care anymore. You made me spend, $1 million. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just going to put everything out and let chips fall where they may. If I spend $1 million, I might feel the fucking same way.
On this, so
taxes were raised extremely high on Christians over Catholics.
Yeah, so
that was one of the reasons.
Protestants as well.
That's correct.
So the facts are, it was to really protect the people from the government, and civil laws are to basically make sure that you are compensated for losses due to other people's negligence or malicious intent to destroy your business, destroy you. So there's responsibilities in head. So I mean, like,
what do you do if the person truly believes what they're saying is true?
Well, then
is that an argument?
You have to go into discovery on what materials led to him to believe that. And
right, but
it's going to be up to a jury to decide on whether that was enough, if that was what a reasonable person could believe. So, I mean, it doesn't stop you from getting sued. It might stop you from losing the case, but it's not going to stop you from getting sued. Look at
right. No, I agree. Yeah, you're right on that. That last point is super important because you may not lose, but you probably will get sued.
Yeah, I mean, look at CoffeeZilla. I absolutely think he's, absolutely in the right with it came to Logan Paul. Didn't stop him from getting sued. There's still discovery. He still has to prove his defense.
Right.
So, and he's really goes down and does all documentation.
Okay, B-Tam, just so you know, in a defamation case, the defendant doesn't have to prove his side. The plaintiff has to prove defamation, not the defendant. The defendant is there to defend himself. the plaintiff has to prove defamation. He is so fucking stupid.
Is a very smart guy. So, you know what I mean? You could be the smart, you know, there is limitations to it, you know, so it is what it is. But I think Ryan's going to lose, and it's going to be a very fucking devastating thing. I think he's going
Dude, you thought Betty was going to lose. Betty didn't lose. You thought Betty was going to jail. You even took time off of work to see Betty go to jail. And we all said Betty ain't going to fucking jail. You're an idiot. Like, plain and simple.
to lose millions. Because not because of the fact that, number one, his jurisdiction is California. At
Right.
that point, he should have immediately settled, because California is like the worst state to be sued in. It's the worst. It's worse than New York. It's worse than New York. It's bad.
That's bad. That's bad when you're worse than New York.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. You're going to lose a lot of money. If he won Tennessee, then I would tell him not to settle, because then he is capped. I think it's capped like $500,000 or something like that in Tennessee, with defamation cases and stuff like that. But California has no cap. So you can get in a jury there, and they could feel really bad for the family and say $50 million.
Why is this man so fucking stupid? Beat him. A judge is not awarding random numbers. The plaintiffs have to ask for a set amount, and then they can decide if they're getting that or not. Like, what in the fuck? He's so stupid. People think juries and judges just make up random numbers. They're not celebrities. They're private citizens. The other side is going to say, we're asking X amount, and then they're going to see if they want it or not. This is not like fucking Johnny Depp trial.
And you're done. You're done, son. And then he's going to have to appeal and try to fight that to be lower, but that's going to cost more money. And the problem is that what's going to happen is then they're going to go into collections. Why do you think that lawyer was asking about his assets during deposition?
Beats him. Everybody asks about assets during a deposition. It doesn't fucking matter if you have money or not. When I was in a deposition in a custody fight, they asked about my assets. What the fuck? Why are you so dumb?
Which, by the way, his lawyer should have probably objected to, because this is not the time to ask for assets. That's after judgment. But the lawyer let that go. But he wanted to find out how much money he can get from this person.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No, beats him. It's standard questioning. It's not how much money can we get from them. It's standard questioning.
thing with Ryan is he's not an idiot either. His assets are spread out amongst people.
Thank you, Truth. Everybody thinks Ryan is dumb. Ryan didn't get to where he is from being stupid.
So, you know, it just it is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're going to find those assets, so no matter what, they're going to find every single dime this man has ever made, and they're going to put a judgment on him for the next 20, 30 years.
Where does he get this from? That's what, like, where do you come up with this dumb shit, B-Tim? No, they're not going to do that. I don't even think they were asking for that much money, but I will double check.
He's not going to have any money, and that's the problem. He's fucked. He's fucked himself. And if I was in his position, I would probably have immediately made a phone call to that lawyer, because this is the time to settle. Like, I'm serious. This is the time to settle, because, you know, you might be able to get them paid, you know, toss them $1 million or $750,000, get it done, walk the fuck away, and call it a loss. Because at the end of the day, if he would have just taken the beginning, he probably offered him like a settlement of $100,000 and a few caveats that he would have to do. But now he spent $1 million for a defense. I'll probably have to spend another $250,000 to $300,000 for the completion of this whole situation. And his tactic didn't work, because the original reason why he was so like delay, and why the lawyer was doing that is that that's a rich person's tactic. It's to wear you down so you pay money to your for your plaintiffs and force them to negotiate. And that's what she was trying to tell Ryan, like, hey, I don't want to take this to federal court. Let's delay. Let's make these people desperate to take a settlement. And that's what she was doing.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't think he's going to do that, though. I think he'll take it all the way. He may surprise you, but I think that he'll take, and I'm not speaking for him at all. We haven't spoken in a long time. I'm just simply saying from like my perspective, he's a real hard-headed dude. And if it makes sense, he's probably not going to do it because it doesn't make sense to him, if that makes sense.
Well, the problem is what makes sense to him is not what the rest of the society thinks it makes sense. The man
I agree.
basically said a written statement is not a statement. It has to come out of someone's mouth. And unless he sees you in person, you're not a real person. That's not how society works. And he's in
Right. No,
trouble.
I feel you.
I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation, honestly. And
It is an interesting case to follow, though, B. Tim, just on the court value of it.
Yeah, you can go to Pacer and look up all the documentation. I looked into it. He's not doing well. He's doing very
No,
bad.
he's not. I'll give you that. And he looked really, I mean, obviously a deposition is stressful, right? But he just looked abnormally out of it, in my opinion. And it could just be the enormous amount of stress, or, it could be other things.
Mm-hmm. I think lawsuits are the most stressful thing. One of the most stressful top 10 most stressful things to go through. And going through 2.5 years of litigation where you're paying all this money is a horrible, stressful thing to put someone through. And I don't wish it on anyone.
I agree.
I wish, personally, I wish he used his platform properly. I wish he never got sued and he never did stupid shit like this. And because it's really sad to see a guy who built himself from nothing literally tear himself down to nothing. And it's really sad to see the destruction of a person who's
destructing. He has Ryan lost already. I found the actual documents, which I'm going to show after this is almost done. But why is he? I think Ryan's going to fucking win. And I'm going to show you why after I show you the amended documents.
not a Nepo baby who didn't just come from money, who actually was started his own career, and he's tearing it all down. It's very sad to see once you see legitimate people who really are hardworking individuals literally destroy their lives because of pride and stupidity.
Listen, I'll say this about Ryan. I've literally seen Ryan stop his sewer bus and buy someone a car. Like, this is not a joke. I've seen him give thousands and thousands and thousands, of dollars away. Mm-hmm. He's a very, very kind person. The problem was very early on in his career, he trusted the wrong people and kept them. Like, like when you trust people, and you kind of see that they're a snake, you push them out. I know. Well, Ryan would refuse to see these certain people as a stake, and now they're not in his camp anymore. But when people stab you like that, man, and we're not talking about a couple $1,000, we're talking about millions of dollars. I mean, I couldn't imagine it wouldn't cause you mental health problems.
Oh yeah, I mean, we deal with a lesser extent to that than Ryan. We've gotten backstabbed by people we thought were cool with us, and it's our mentality. Now times that by 1,000.
I'm sorry, but I can't stand this we shit. Be Tim, you're a panel guest. It's not your channel. I don't know where did you buy into your whole we stuff? It's Queen Bee's panel. Queen Bee could kick you the fuck out at any given time and it won't hurt her channel. I don't know why you think you're French with this we shit. There is no we. It's Queen Bee's channel, period.
And then suddenly you're in Ryan's upcharges shoe. So I agree. Yeah, it's and I don't think I've seen him do very nice things, and I think that's why a lot of people liked him in the Creek Squad. I think a lot of people saw he was a genuine nice guy trying to help people.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he got it wrong here. And instead of saying to himself, "Man, I just fucked up really badly, and I need to move on with my life and just get this shit behind me and focus on the art and focus on making music and focus."
But he did. He gave away to the finders $100,000 car and removed all the videos. I'd say that's exactly what he did, was put it behind him until the lawsuit.
Focus on raising my family. He's just dying on this stupid hill where he's going to go in front of a jury, and the jury's going to fucking not going to like what he said.
And if you're going to California in front of a jury and you're a Tennessee boy, that ain't going to go well for you either.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight out, not going to go well for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the sad thing about the whole thing is I think if he would have just, if he just after her remains were found, changed his opinion, and just kept it moving, he would never have been sued. He would have been fine. But
he did beat him. He did. That's exactly what he did, and he still got sued.
He also fucked up his relationship with a lot of singers I've heard, so it's not good that either. So
yeah, he's got some issues when it comes to the Tennessee artists for sure, and other states. But I mean, that's not a new thing for Ryan. Ryan just upped his game as to who he had issues with. Used to be it was small artists under him. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I don't think Ryan's a bad guy. I actually think Ryan's a very good dude. I think he means well. But I think he definitely needs to take some time away from the internet and away from everything and get back to touring. If he got back to touring, I think his mental health would get better.
So Dr. Snowflake says, what do you mean defamed? What did he do that he deserves his livelihood to be taken from him? Well, what he did was, and we read the court documents, he defamed and claimed that father and grandfather were not real and that they faked their death of their daughter so they can raise a GoFundMe to make money. And then instead of using that proper information, they proceeded, instead of him changing his opinion based on new information, he decided to continue with that. And the family got harassed a lot. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what he did. He defamed that. That's defamation. If I said, like, let's say I can't, let's say, I don't know if you have kids, but let's just say figuratively, let's say you had a kid, Truth, and suddenly a big person came around and said, and your kid's missing. And he starts saying that your kid's not real, that you're just a scammer, you're fake. And then proceeds to say, and then when your kid's body's found, then says you're still scamming and your kid's not real, you're just fake crying, you don't care about your kid, this is all just a fake to make money. That's
fucked.
It's a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so messed up. It's honestly, I don't understand. I mean, if I was Kylie Rodney's father, I might be visiting someone if someone did that. So that's what happened. That's what Ryan did. And he, instead of taking the L, just giving the fucking people, just because I guarantee you they would have just settled with him just making a statement and removing that shit from his site and then keeping it moving and maybe paid some lawyer fees. I guarantee you they would have done that. I mean, Ekamel settled for like what, $50,000? I think he got. I think it was 50,000.
Which is not a very big win, but it's still a win nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that proves the point you're trying to make.
Well, it also pays for your attorney and also just like stops him from harassing you. And it's like, okay, you make your agreement, get 50, but you know how $50,000 in Ryan is a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. Someone in the chat asked, do you think this is self-sabotage? No. No, I don't. I think you have to be aware of what you're doing as self-sabotage for it to be self-sabotage. I think that everything that Ryan is saying, he believes.
Yeah.
So you take that for, you know what I mean? Like and I'm not going to say that everything that he's saying doesn't have truth value to it. You know what I mean? So it's a fucked up situation for a lot of people because a lot of people have a corner in which they stand, if that makes sense, especially those in the business. And so when you start, cornering yourself out from everybody, it becomes real stressful. And the music business is rough, and the country music business in Nashville is cutthroat. And, when you start pissing off executives and record labels and shit like that, and he's talked about this before, there's absolutely consequences for it. So I don't know. I just don't know if that's the hill I would go up and die on personally.
And I could not agree with him more. He's 100% right about the industry. And that's the thing is, we talk about free speech. Well, a Jelly Roll can't turn around and bash his record company. Even if it's just an opinion, he can't do it. His record company will drop him in a fucking heartbeat. That's where freedom of speech has its limits. Tommy, I totally agree with that. And I'm surprised that maybe Elevated Truth forgot that, or maybe I'm just surprised that nobody remembered to bring that up.
Yeah, it's sad because I don't know about the drug. I also don't know if he's on drugs or I don't really like to say that because I don't want to get sued.
Well, I mean, either way, I think that he has. I mean, he takes Adderall. There's no secret to that. So he could be taking the right prescription at the wrong amount, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
As someone who takes Adderall, I will let everybody in on a little secret. I take 60 milligram a day. I need it. Obviously, I'm pretty normal when I'm on it, but you can take if I took 5 Adderalls, it would do absolutely nothing but put me to sleep and make me throw up. Adderall is not cocaine. You can't do more and it makes you higher. If you take 3 pills, it's not going to give you 3 times the amount of a high. It just doesn't. So I hear people talk about, oh, you must be taking extra Adderall. No. If you take extra Adderall, you'll just get sick. Now, do I know what it's like for someone who doesn't need it? No, I don't. I've seen people wig out on, 15 milligrams. But if they took 60, they would end up getting sick. So I don't agree with, but that's what I'm saying. I just don't agree with people talking like, oh, they're probably taking too much. You can't take too much because, you could take one every, let's say, 6 hours, but after a while, it doesn't do anything.
I mean, I think his behavior could be due to stress. I mean, he has a kid. He got songs. He's being sued. You know, he's being scammed 6 ways from Sunday. He's scammed by his own mom. It's kind of fucked up situation. His dad. I mean, it's kind of, and that's the thing. It's like the guy was successful, and the rest of the family weren't, and they all like try to take all his money because they think they have, you know, unfortunately, that he's the breadwinner. I could see that, you know, and it's an unfortunate situation. I could still condemn what he did, but still, you know, feel bad about his situation. I mean, his situation is kind of sad, to be honest. I wish he just fucking just changed his mind, stop being like this, because he could have been such a very good, positive person around, and which is very negative.
I mean, he has reasons to be paranoid. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
but I don't know how many of those are self-induced either.
Do that all the time.
Well, it's not even that. You got to understand, when you start messing with certain people and going after certain people that grew up in the streets of Nashville, it's not them that are going to have a response. It's the people that respect them, that grew up with them, that came out of the streets with them, that have a different mentality, you know.
And he just described Creek Squad. That's what Creek Squad is. Creek Squad is your homie, your grew up in the holler, grew up with no money. All Ryan, you know, the blue collar man. That's why Brian made Creek Squad. That's what Creek Squad is all about. So everything that he's explaining is exactly what Creek Squad is. And I don't know if Creek Squad still exists. I don't know what's happening. I don't follow Ryan like that. But everything they're explaining is exactly why Ryan created Creek Squad.
You know what I mean? So when you start trying to say people were trying to unalive you and shit like that, now you're getting the attention of people you don't want the attention of. I think that's just inevitable.
Absolutely.
So
I don't think we're making excuses for him. It's just like you try. I think people look at a person, you have to look at all the dimensions at them, and that's what pretty much it. He's still gonna fucking lose, and I think he's gonna lose millions of dollars. And I think he's fucked up badly. I mean, he's fucked. He is, in my opinion, fucked. I don't think he's worth.
Well, dumbass, your intelligence also thought Betty was fucked, and we see nothing ever happened. So you might want to keep your opinions to yourself, B. Tim, because you're wrong every fucking time, because you're an idiot.
$5 million at this point. I think also, I don't think he's worth $5 million at this point.
His house alone, bro, is $5 million.
I don't know.
Easily.
Yeah, you think? Okay.
Absolutely. That house is one of the most historic houses. Like that house used to have a reality show back in the 80s.
Okay.
The property is absolutely massive, and yeah, it's probably up in that $5 million range. I mean, his neighbor is another old school country music singer to the left and to the right.
I mean, like, it sounds to me like he has a lot. He likes to buy real estate and land.
He does,
which is a good investment, by the way. It's worth a lot. You know what I mean? It's actually, that's what Bill Gates and the big guys do. They buy farmland and they sell it for a profit. So that's how they usually make their money now.
I was about to say, he can make his $5 million by selling, you know, his own gear. I don't know. Here's my problem. I don't know how much of Creek Squad is still around, but I know during that time of Kylie Rodney, I wasn't on YouTube, but I mean, I did know about what was going on. I think everybody kind of did, especially if you were.
Thank you, because I'm like, Kylie Rodney was fucked. I'm like, what are you talking about? But thankfully, you just said Karen Reed. Now that makes sense. But you're right. He did say that Karen Reed was going to jail and she's so fucked. And yeah, we see how that turned out. Like, he's such a fucking idiot. Thank you for clarifying that, Amber. Because I was like, huh?
Around or in that circle at the time, but he was at kind of his peak. And the Creek Squad people, they're very, they can be very aggressive.
Yeah.
And it can get to be a lot. What's the name of the show? Don't remember. It was a family that used to live up there. It was a Christian country or a Christian gospel family. That might help you find it.
Oh shit! How much do you think he's worth?
I
mean, the catalog alone is probably worth a lot, to be honest.
His catalog's probably worth 35 to 40 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's not an outrageous number, because these catalogs, a lot of people don't realize, like, that's how these music agencies fuck you over. They take your catalog and they get.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he was already offered 40 million for it.
Holy fuck.
So,
Well,
and I
it's
think if
appreciated.
I could be off on that by a little bit, don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure he was offered 40 million and laughed at him. So, you know, his catalog is worth a lot, and it's because his music isn't a lot more than you realize it is.
Yeah, people might probably use that, especially with the whole. They might take clips of it for other songs, shit like that. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's a lot.
he's probably got, brother, in his catalog, he's probably got 4,000 songs. A lot of it unreleased.
Okay.
Most of it unreleased, probably.
I looked up. I think Law Nerd says I don't know his. I looked up and I said showed $5 million, but I didn't think that the catalog he was. I didn't know he was offered $40 million for his catalog. That's a lot. Of money.
Right.
That's a lot of money. So he might be able. So he play. So he won't be bankrupt. He'll just force him to fucking sell his shit.
Yeah, I think he owns, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's 10 or 12 properties in Ashland City alone, and that doesn't count for. I don't know where else. I know there's other properties, and then there's several businesses he owns that people don't know that he owns.
Jeez Louise. So I guess I'll have the cash.
But he also has to be burning through it. I mean, attorneys aren't cheap, brother, especially good attorneys.
Well, he just spent $1 million.
Yeah.
So that's cash. So
Now, I didn't watch the deposition, but how does B Tim know he spent $1 million in cash? I'm just curious. Like, is that said in the deposition? Which I highly doubt it would be said in the deposition. So how do you know this, B Tim?
Well, I'm not sure if it stays the same. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's depreciated or appreciated.
Oh no, it's all going up over there, especially on River Road. So River Road going into Ashland City. I'm only saying River Road because that's not the road he lives on. But if we're talking about off River Road, which is where a lot of country singers live, a lot of country rap singers live.
No, I meant the music.
Huh?
I meant the music, not the property.
Oh yeah, the music will. Yeah, it's a genre that hasn't died in 15 years, and there's such a young group of folks coming up that I don't think it's going to die at all. I think it'll be give it another 10 years, and that should have to be on classic stations.
Yeah. Welcome back, Queen. What's up?
Nothing. I just didn't want to be rude. I don't really know too much about it, so I didn't want to speak up.
All right. So that was why I beat him as an idiot. Now, I did find Robertson versus Upchurch amended. This may be what she showed. I don't know. I think it is. But, hold on. So this is what they're going after. Ryan Upchurch is a media personality, musician, and prolific YouTuber who has approximately 3,140,000 subscribers on YouTube as the date of this filing. Upchurch began posting about disappearance, blah, 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 and it became a viral news story. It did not become a viral news story because of Ryan Upchurch, okay? That's right there. They can't prove that Ryan Upchurch made it a viral story because he didn't. There is an entire industry of true crime would-be sleuths posting all kinds of information on the internet. Okay, we're allowed to do that. And that's not on Ryan Upchurch. Kylie Rodney disappeared after a party. In the weeks following, numerous online posters began wildly speculating as to what really happened. Again, that's not on Ryan Upchurch. Ryan Upchurch was a prominent figure in this wild speculation. Not really. A lot of people thought he was crazy. After Kylie's body had been found, after authorities had publicly stated that an autopsy had confirmed her identity, Upchurch uploaded several videos making outlandish claims. No, actually, he did that before that. He did that before she was found, not after. Into saying she was real. So that's a lie. Number 9 is a blatant lie. Upchurch also published images of David Robertson and further published Daniel Rodney's former home address to his 3 million subscribers, but not 3 million saw it. Mr. Upchurch has a following of viewers who refer to themselves as Creek Squad. Upchurch directed the Creek Squad to search for Kylie's vehicle and post to Google Earth of Daniel Rodney's former home, falsely stating that he found Kylie's car there. Okay, so he was wrong. While generating hundreds of thousands of views on his video relating to Kylie's disappearance, Upchurch promoted his own music, again, not against the law. Daniel Rodney essentially went into hiding and made substantial investments in home security surveillance and cameras. Give me a fucking break. Several Creek Squad members made outlandish videos of their own. Okay, personal opinion. One named Julio made several videos under the moniker All American Cartel. I think that's the guy I had a fight with. Julio posted videos of Lost Trail Lodge. Again, none of this is on Ryan. In one of those videos, they should have sued Julio then. Creek Squad members flooded the lodge's internet profiles with negative online reviews. The negative attention directed to David Robertson and his lodge caused him to suffer financial losses. Give me a fucking break. You pay someone to remove it. You could have removed the whole fucking section. David Robertson and Daniel have each experienced extreme emotional duress attributable to Upchurch's postings, compounding their already profound grief at the tragic loss. This lawsuit seeks to hold Upchurch accountable for his tortious actions and intentional misconduct as outlined below. Okay. 95% of what they said had nothing to do with Upchurch. Sorry, he isn't liable for his subscribers. Exactly. Right up to citizen jurisdiction, court is jurisdiction, suit is timely in a trolling argument. On August 7th, family friend of Kylie's mother, Lidney, created a GoFundMe, support for the family of Kylie Rodney. Upchurch posts first video on August 13th, and soon accused fellow YouTubers of involvement. Oh, I remember that. Red flag Ronnie. Oh, I remember that. That shit was funny. A video posted for YouTube True Crime would be sleuths, including YouTube personalities Anime and Ikmel, responsible if somehow involved. Same day, this wild speculation, sex trafficking, but that has nothing to do with them at all. The crazy shit he did with Ikmel and Zanime has nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with them. Okay. Kylie Bodney's body is discovered on the 21st. So again, all of this happened before she was found. All of it. So they lied in their initial thing saying that all this happened after she was found. No, you just proved all this happened before she was found. She was found on the 21st. Upchurch became aware on the 21st that Kylie was found, recovered by the amateur dive team known as Adventures of Purpose. In fact, Upchurch's discovery that Kylie Rodney had been found can be viewed in real time as he was participating in a YouTube live when AWP posted to Facebook that they recovered it. And in the video, Upchurch purported to offer a prayer for Kylie and Kylie's family. May we pray for Kylie, Kylie's family, Kylie's friends, and I want to say that nobody should really be doing anything about this now. There really shouldn't be anything put anywhere that's going to make her mom even more devastated than she already can be. So Upchurch said this. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what Upchurch said on the day she was found. Upchurch accepted on 21st that Upchurch was found. Upchurch understood that as of August 21st, that further online posting related to Kylie could traumatize Kylie's family. Sheriff made a thing. Police office publicly stated the sheriff in communication. Okay. Immediate release. Okay, Upchurch was aware on the 22nd the authorities had stated they had recovered a body that was more likely Kylie. A video of Upchurch Same video, Upchurch appeared to criticize other YouTubers for capitalizing on the Kylie Rodney case to promote themselves. 2 days later, Upchurch uploaded a video promoting his own music. That's not illegal. 28th, Upchurch posted a video in which he accused the Place County sheriffs of being a fake police department. Ain't no Kylie Rodney. It's bullshit. It's fake, and says the police are involved. Kylie Rodney case, no answers, no proof of anything, and false info. That's all. Okay, I was wrong. Upchurch then comment, all this is bullshit. Yeah, you heard me right. This is bullshit. All of it. There ain't no dead girl, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of imposter bullshit. Hit the GoFundMe. All right, so I guess he did do stuff after the fact. I agree, Flyer Newell. How can you fake a death? Well, fuck, dude, if you're the police, I mean, shit, I mean, hello. But I don't see the police doing it. I don't see the police coming after him. They blew it off like, okay, this guy's an idiot. Upchurch removed the video from his public YouTube profile on August 30th. So it only got 181,000 views because most people thought he was an idiot. Upchurch was not in fact done with internet crime stuff, as he stated on August 28th. August 29th, after the body's found, Upchurch uploaded a video, zero proof of Kylie Rodney. In this video, suggested Kylie Rodney was a scam. 3 people, 3 viral stories. You're a millionaire in 2 weeks. Now that might raise red flags. Show me proof existing. Video had 247,000 views. Show me anything that indicates, because it ain't, it's a scam. On September 1st, Upchurch found another picture of Kylie's CRV. All right, that was the Daniel stuff. Yeah, that Kylie is Callie Ross shit, that was crazy. I was like, all right, he's gone too far. This bitch is fucking crazy. I would not say this unless I was 100% confident. Yeah, this was whacked. I told Kurt this was whacked. No foul play is suspected. The pro mentions Daniel Rodney in section. At this point in the video, there's nothing to lead me to believe this person is real, the Kylie Rodney person. There's nothing that shows me she's real yet. I'm not at all sorry for anything I've said on the internet at all whatsoever, and never will be, period. That's all I wanted to say. That was on July 30th, 2023. The lawsuit was filed on July 28th, 2023. All right. So defamation. Plaintiff submits various video files of various defamatory statements made by Upchurch and videos. Broadcasting YouTube videos. Upchurch false claims O'Reilly was not real. Again, it's an opinion. Kylie was a bullshit person, that her disappearance was a scam. Personal opinion. Upchurch false claims that plaintiffs were involved in a GoFundMe scam. Again, personal opinion. Upchurch false claims the plaintiffs were in fact relative. Yeah, that was crazy. But again, personal opinion. As a result of these statements, plaintiffs suffered reputational injury, financial losses, and emotional stress. As a result of Upchurch's false statements, plaintiffs suffered personal humiliation and mental anguish and suffering. I don't know. I say sticks and stones. Each plaintiff has received therapy for psychological injuries specifically attributable as documented in medical records to the conduct of Ryan Upchurch. Are you fucking kidding me? I would say you need therapy for the loss of your daughter/granddaughter, but to say that it's Ryan Upchurch's fault, you might as well accuse him of murder. That's fucking stupid. Upchurch made each of the above statements only after authorities has publicly identified Kylie Rodney and confirmed her identity. Upchurch thus made his false and defamatory publications with reckless disregard. At a minimum, Upchurch acted with negligence in failing to ascertain the truth of the statements. 3 million subscribers. All right. As for the same reasons, Upchurch may be held liable under California law for defamation. He may be held liable under California. Upchurch's false comments accusing plaintiffs of participation in a GoFundMe scam falsely accused plaintiffs of committing acts of moral turpitude, including fraud. Upchurch's false comments accusing plaintiffs of participation in a GoFundMe scam while pretending to be Kylie Rodney's family while in church, twisted telling. In fact, belonging to the family of Kylie Ross, falsely accused plaintiffs of crimes of moral turpitude. Upchurch may be liable, blah, blah, blah. Motion to strike. Upchurch may be held liable for defamation, for also false light invasion of privacy. It would be highly offensive to a reasonable person to be falsely accused of participating in a scam. It's an opinion. It would be highly offensive to a reasonable person to be accused of being fake and not real. She had passed, so it really didn't matter. It would be highly offensive to a reasonable person to be called fake and not real in the days after their daughter. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I thought that was only for wives and shit. Upchurch openly bragged in the comments. Upchurch has a right to brag whatever the fuck he wants to brag. Upchurch directed his loyal band of followers to search for Kylie's car, then uploaded a video claiming to have discovered the car at home. As a result, Upchurch videos and statements, plaintiffs have suffered serious mental injury, each seeking therapy for psychological injuries. Give me a fucking break. All right, damages. Plaintiffs specifically aver that the law of California with respect to the substantive causes of action, remedies, and damages should apply to this action. As plaintiffs reside in California, all injuries complained occurred in California, and all treatment for such injuries occurred to California. The parties have no relationship with each other except through the transmission of Upchurch's YouTube videos, which plaintiffs were made aware of and viewed in California. California thus has most significant relationship to the parties and occurrence at issue. Plaintiffs pray for recovery of all compensatory damages under the laws of California or alternatively Tennessee, including damages to their reputation, financial losses, emotional distress, and punitive damages based on Upchurch's outrageous, intentional, reckless, and conscious, shocking, tortious actions. Plaintiff prays for a jury to try this action. Okay, so I guess in California, you don't have to ask for an amount, but I'm sorry, this is fucking stupid. And I don't agree with a lot of what they are saying. Have a good night, love and light. I just don't agree with a lot of the shit they're saying. They're trying to blame Ryan for other shit. Ryan should have just said I was on drugs. Because when he got into the Kylie Ross shit, I was like, this guy is fucking shooting dope. I was like, this is so bizarre. But I don't think he's automatically going to win. I don't think a lot of these even apply. But I could be wrong. But I just don't think a lot of these even apply to him. Like, whether people like it or not, Ryan Upchurch is like anybody else. He could say whatever the fuck he wants. For people to say that they went to therapy based on Ryan Upchurch, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I think if you went to therapy because you lost your daughter and you lost your granddaughter in such a horrific public way. Of course you're going to need therapy. So to put that on Ryan, what, without Ryan saying these things, you wouldn't need therapy? Give me a fucking break. Sorry, I'm not buying that. That's bullshit. That's just my opinion. I think it's bullshit. So, but again, that's just how I see it. He thinks outside the box and isn't contracted into the label. So what he says seems dopey, but it's not. It's close to the way we think because we're allowed to. Are you Creek Squad? Does Creek Squad even still exist? I was just wondering. What do you mean, Bad Wolf? He could say it now. And I agree, Tommy. They have to prove damages. Showing a therapy. Yeah, they have not said any real damages other than, and this is an amended order. You can have 3 million YouTube subscribers. If only 200,000 watch the video, then that's all you have. I have 22,000 subscribers. I have fucking 53 people in here. On average, you'll probably get 1,000 to watch the video. So where's your, whatchamacallit? Where's your, you know, it doesn't mean it got to 22,000. It only got to whoever watched it. Oh, that he could say he's on drugs now might work. Like, I don't know. I just don't get, like, who gives a fuck what Ryan Upchurch thinks? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, who fucking cares? It's weird to me. Like, big deal. So it's Ryan Upchurch. Were you a diehard follower of his and he turned on you? Like, what the fuck? Who cares? So, all right. So we'll follow that now that I'm reading everything. I'll watch the deposition. But there's one more thing I want to cover tonight. Now, I told you guys everything was changing on December 1st. I mean it. Because my view count dropped significantly when I said I don't like Clue. I am out of this community. I cannot fucking take it anymore. I can't take the people in it. I can't take the morons in it. I just can't. So I am leaving this community. I promised people I would still cover it one day a week. So you guys tell me what day you want it on. But we're switching to something else. I don't know where we're going yet, but I'm out of it. I can't deal with this. And I'll show you why I can't deal with it in my next video that I'm going to play right now. No, not my video, but the video I'm going to play. So, again, I'm still going to cover half, one day a week of this community. But I tell you, being away from the whole community and not watching anything, 8 days later, I come back. It's the exact same fucking thing. Nothing has changed. I think people got dumber. So I was searching through YouTube earlier, and I saw something come up, and I knew once I saw the title, I was going to be mentioned in it. I just knew it. Let me go to history. Okay. So I don't know who this creator is. I feel great, Bedwolf. I don't know who this creator is. Someone said it was Deets. Who knows? Don't care. Once I saw the title, I said, all right, here we go. So you guys can't. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Another revenge CPS caller. I cannot tell you how much that burnt me. The situation. People want to run their mouth and think they know the situation and put something in like another revenge CPS caller. My call was not for revenge. This was not poor MM is a victim of Big Bad Laura. No, that's not what it is. And it never was. But somehow that's what seemed to be going around. And that's why everybody thinks she's such a victim to me. No, that is not what fucking happened at all. Tommy, I've done that. I'm telling you, me saying that they're all a bunch of lowlifes, it killed half my live show. And people that were in here are no longer coming in here. All because I said I can't stand any of them. Like, I can watch Clue, but I just think they're all lowlifes, period. And they are. I mean, that's not a secret, but I guess, if you say that, you're going to kill your audience, but that's okay. I'm still me. But I can't stand this community anymore. It's just gone to such shit. And people are lying, and I don't care about grifting so much, but people are lying and fucking, they're fake and they're phony, and everybody thinks they're morally correct, and all they're doing is fucking, stating that someone else is doing exactly what they're doing, and that's all they keep doing. This one is so bad because she's doing this and this. It's like, I'll give you an example. There are some clip channels. I'm going to call this one out. Call it as I see it. JP, what the fuck are you over supporting Britney for? You guys always had such a problem with liars and grifters and everything else, but now you're over there supporting her? Are you fucking serious? The bitch just robbed $8,000 from her fucking subscribers. She lies all the fucking time. And y'all sitting there like, oh, let's support her just because you hate fucking Queen Bee so much. Get the fuck out of here. And it's like, that's everybody's like picking a side. Like, you have to pick this side or that side. I tried staying in the middle. I tried being like, here's a place where you don't have to pick a side. And you know what? Somehow they still pick sides. So I'll stick with my 50 fucking people that don't want to pick a damn side and are free to chat and get acknowledged and don't have to pay to get acknowledged. You would think this would be a good thing. Not around here. Around here, treat subs like shit and they all come running. Rob your subs, they all come running. Take advantage of your subs, they all come running. Grift and lie and ignore them, and they all come running. It makes fucking no sense at all. No sense. I don't know, Sly, something. But all these people run their mouth about being so righteous, and yet here they are in Britney's chat. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I don't feel bad for Bad Wolf. She's a fucking scammer and a liar. Total scammer and a liar. So, no, I don't feel bad at all. But call me crazy, and I am far from perfect, but call me crazy. I don't understand. I was talking to Gravy K about this. I don't understand how all these fucking women who have all this money keep giving it to people that can't even speak fucking proper English. Like, were you not taught in school how to fucking speak? Now, I'm excluding Clue, Cletus, and Elevated Truth because they all know how to fucking speak. But like I said, I can't handle the fucking was and were, and you don't know the difference between was and were, and like, really? I can't even think. I've heard a lot of creators over here say it. I can't even think of the right line, but they do it often. That's what I'm saying. And again, I'm not perfect at all. But basic common speech And yet you have all these people, all these wealthy people throwing all these money at these people. Like, to be fair, I've never heard Cletus speak improper English. I haven't watched him too much, but I haven't heard Elevated Truth speak bad grammar. I haven't really heard Clue speak bad grammar. Honestly, I haven't really heard Brittany speak bad grammar. But all these other people with this fucking straight, and I'm not talking cursing, but this straight up low life, street ghetto fucking speech. And yet they have all these wealthy people throwing dollars at them. Like, what the fuck? Learn the difference between was and were, or has and had, and I was. I don't know. I can't even think of some, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I can't deal with it anymore. I can't watch people with 1.1 thousand views that disappear off their fucking channel for 3 hours and nobody cares. You would think if she was sharing the channel with people and people were, splitting the profits, like you see on like behavioral panel, shit like that I could respect. But that's not what happens around here. You get these people that do full fucking panels and shut up, fly on your wall. You get these people, I'm on a rant, but you get these people that do full fucking panels and then they disappear for hours. Like, and nobody cares. And they just keep fucking paying. I can't watch it anymore because I'm losing my fucking mind watching it. Hey, Brian, I'm literally losing my fucking mind watching it. There's one thing I will say. I respect Chloe and Cletus. They never do panels. They never have people up there. They can handle their own. I appreciate that about them. And again, out of all of them, I will listen to Clue the most. But that doesn't mean I can't say she's not trash. I mean, really. But around here, you can't say anything. So I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. But this bitch, I don't know who it is. But let's listen. And for many long timers here, like Fly on the Wall, you'll understand why it pissed me off. And Brian will understand too.
Friends, it's Miss Tia. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I hope that you are able to just relax this weekend, maybe watch some football, do your thing, but whatever it is, I hope y'all are having a great time. Now listen, what I want to talk to you about today is not something about having a great time. And I thought about this because I thought, do I even want to talk about it this weekend or do I just want to wait till next week? But, I just can't let it go. It's really bothering me. Now, y'all know that Miss Tia I don't play favorites, all right? Like, if I'm going to see something on these streets and I think it needs to be talked about, well, then I'm going to talk about it. It don't matter who you are. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I do like you. But it just means that whatever's going on these streets, if it involves a certain creator or whatever, it doesn't, you don't have to be in some special group to get a spot on Miss Tia's channel. All right, darlings? So listen, I know I've talked about Julie Skolnick in the past. And, we've talked about Julie because she was like, trying really to be friends with like Jay and Clue and Gray.
Speaking of, no, it's not Brittany. But speaking of how Clip Punk got on the list of shorts is fucking mind-blowing to me. When I was looking for music for a short and there's Clip Punk, I have never seen an independent artist on there ever. And yet here she is. Now, she didn't have nobody used it, but it's Britney's talking. That's what's on the short list. I could not understand why. I'm like, how the hell did this get up here? It was crazy. I was taken back. I'm like, now they're putting, and it's literally just Britney's voice. It's fucking weird.
And Queen and, you know, their little group that they got going on over there. And, you know, I told y'all before that I thought that Julie, like, they always gave the impression like she was getting on their nerves, you know, like, because she talks a lot. She talks over people. She, you know, but I think she's just really eager.
No, I think it sounds more like Deets. I really do. No, we don't. She's always been like this, but someone said that they heard it was Deeds. I believe it.
To have friends. Now, Julie has done some stuff on these streets too. She doesn't hesitate to use people's full names. You know, she does genealogy, so then she finds out stuff about families, and she's the one that talked about what was it? The grandpa, Brittany's grandpa had a criminal history and stuff. So like she don't have a clear slate here neither, because she done her fair share. But that doesn't mean that this that happened is okay. So, if y'all hadn't heard, Miss T gonna tell y'all what happened. So apparently, Lolly, and I think I've talked about Lolly before too, because her channel is like beautifully broken with Lolly or something like that. But she is like,
I'm sorry. I respect Julie to the fucking hilt. I don't give a fuck if she's crazy. I never even had an interaction with her, but I respect the fuck out of her. Because again, most people would not do what she did, and most people wouldn't admit it. So I'm sorry. I have absolutely the utmost respect for that woman, as a mother. I don't know about YouTuber. I don't know anything about her history here. Just as a human, since everyone makes fun of the way I say it, and as a mother, and as a stepmom, she could have walked away. She didn't need all this fucking headache of raising autistic, nonverbal autistic child that wasn't hers. And 20 years later, still raising him. More power to you. I have nothing but respect for the woman.
the Sebastian Rogers case, and she, you know, she's all on the side of Seth Rogers, and she think that the mama Katie and the stepdad Chris, she think that, you know, they're guilty of something, and so
It all depends on who you ask. Some people think it's doxing, others don't. So it all depends who you ask and who it is.
you know, she covers that, and hey, that's her channel. Let her do what she want to do over there. You know, I don't agree with it, and I don't think that anybody should be talking about any parents of missing children unless they've been charged with a crime, because they going through enough. And I've told y'all that before, how I feel about that. But, you know, everybody think what they want, do what they want. Unless you go real life off of these YouTube streets.
Now, here's my thing. Hold on one second. What's up?
I'm not living in the fraternity's house.
What?
I said I'm not gonna. If I don't get the RA position, I'm not living in the fraternity's house.
Why?
It's $1036 a month.
Are you serious?
Deadass. I was told it was gonna be $800. It's technically $1,200 if you consider the down payment, but I was originally told it was $800, spanned between 5 months, charged through Bursa. It's charged out of pot through a different billing agency because they decided not to tell me last second. It's $800 down payment, and it's 4-month lease, not a 5-month lease. So I luckily, my friend has a $650 a month apartment that I can rent from him. That's by myself. It's my own room. I'm not sharing a room. I can afford it out of my own pocket because I managed to budget with $800 a month, not $1,200. That's my entire paycheck white.
All right. I will talk to you about it after.
Okay.
Love you. Sorry about that. Fraternity life. Don't get aboard. Oh. All right. All right. I got to rewind that, man, because Phoenix interrupted me. I know it is a better deal. And he's saying that they raised fraternity house by like $600 and nobody told him.
You go real life.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Can someone tell me the definition of real life and why certain real life is acceptable and certain's not? What is considered real life in this new community? Is calling someone's mayor real life? Is foyering real life? Who determined what's worse than another? Who determined that going real life only includes CPS calls? Filing a false RICO is going real life. In my opinion, filing a RICO, filing lawsuits, threatening lawsuits, going after someone's business, what else? Defaming someone's business, that's not real life. I think that's way worse than a fucking CPS call that is really like, okay. And I'm not just saying that because I made a mistake 4.5 years ago. But the reality is, who's to say what's worse than the other? I'm sorry, calling somebody's fucking mayor and getting a mayor involved, your city fucking mayor, that's pretty fucking bad. Defaming someone's business to thousands of subscribers, that's pretty fucking bad. These are all things that are pretty fucking bad. Filing fake lawsuits are pretty fucking bad. All of this is real life, but yet it's all accepted depending on who you like and who you don't like. It's fucking weird to me. And it used to be where doxing, meaning specifically, not the real. All right, Brian St. John was in here. Let me tell you what he did. He looked up my entire fucking life. He found apartments that I forgot I even lived in. He also, somehow my name was connected to some chick in Ohio. I never lived in Ohio. But, I mean, he doxed the fuck out of me. My mom's address, my brother's info, my sister-in-law's info, my ex-husband's info. He doxed the fuck out of me. Was that not real life? Of course it is. Of course it's fucking real life. So what makes that any different? No offense, Brian, if you're still in here. I was years ago, but you know the point I'm making. Why is that not worse than a CPS call? Why do people think CPS is the worst thing in the world? Especially if someone actually believes that person is being harmed. What the fuck? People, change your fucking priorities because there's a lot of things worse than CPS calls that goes on every fucking day. Part of it is in this call. You'll see. Yeah, any contact off the app could be going real life off the app.
Off of these YouTube streets. Now, you know, if Miss Tia don't agree with something, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it, but that don't mean, that don't mean nothing. Like everybody just talk about things that, they have a certain opinion about, and it is what it is. However, This is what Lolly did. Now, I didn't even know that Lolly like watched Julie Skolnick or anything, and maybe she don't, because what she said was that she got like a video sent to her. She said video, but really it's just audio. And it's like when Julie was doing a live stream, like the beginning of November. And those of you that know anything about Julie Skolnick, her channel, a lot of her channel is about her disabled adult stepson. And she talks about him a lot on her channel. And I have to say that the information that she has on children with profound autism is, I mean, she's very informative. She's very knowledgeable. And so I kind of like enjoy some of her content when it has to do with that. I think that her son, his name is Spencer. She talks about Spencer. And, you know, I just love Spencer. I think he's great. And so I enjoy hearing about him. And so anyway, what Lolly said was that she got an audio of in the background of Julie's live stream that she could hear Julie's husband Al like say the F word to Spencer, and then you hear like a slapping sound or something. So what happened was she say that basically she heard Julie's husband Al abusing Spencer. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, listen. First of all, you got Julie talking, and Julie talk a lot, and Julie sometimes she talk loud. So she's talking, but yet in the background you can hear these faint sounds of Al saying something to Spencer. So he say the F word to Spencer, and then he says something about Spencer's hand, and then he said,
For anyone with kids, now I'm not talking about anybody cursing at your children, which I don't think to this day I've ever done, but I curse in front of my children all the time, even when they were young. Dayton used to yell at me, "Mom, you can't curse in front of children." But parents are humans. They get frustrated. And you can say like, "What the fuck is that?" Show me a parent that hasn't done that. Like, seriously, if you have kids, you've gotten frustrated. And anybody that says otherwise is a lie, an absolute lie. Now, again, I've never cursed at my kid. I mean, now I do joking around. We give each other the finger. But honestly, I've never, even when I was angry, I never cursed at my kids. I never said, "You're fucking stupid," or "You're a fucking ass," or nothing like that ever. But I've certainly cursed around like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Or "Why the fuck is this like?" That's just me. Show me a parent that doesn't get frustrated with their kids and curse around them, and I'll show you a fucking liar.
"Hey,
I do too. Me and Phoenix give each other the finger all the time. But when he does it first, I'm like, "Oh, hell no. Only I could do it first."
something like there's water running, and it's Julie jump up because Al did it. He raised his voice or whatever when he did say like the F word. And so Julie had got up during her live stream to go see what was going on, and she came right back down and she just continued. She said everything was okay. Well, Lolly said that needs to be reported to the authorities. And so what she told Julie was that if Julie said her name one more time, now I didn't even know Lolly and Julie, like I didn't know Julie was talking about Lolly. Like I don't know why Lolly's name got put in Julie's mouth, but whatever. She said if she say her name one more time, she will
And Kristen, I agree with you, but you're going to see why I'm playing this.
Was going to turn her into the authorities in New Jersey, which that's where Julie and Al live, and they talk about that. They say that publicly, so that's not like somebody doxing anybody or anything. They talk about that all the time. They don't like care that information is out there. As a matter of fact, Lolly live in Texas. She says that on her channel. You know, she plays music, like country music from Texas, and she always, talking about that's where she lives. So that's it is what it is. I don't know. But y'all, let me tell you something. First of all, Lolly, you don't give a damn about that child, about that young man, I should say, because he is a disabled adult. He is 21, I believe, or 20. He's an adult. And if you're going to call authorities regarding abuse, whether that be a child or a disabled person or an elderly person, you do that immediately because you are concerned about that individual. You don't make a stipulation of, if you do this, then I'm going to call the authorities. Girl, y'all, I'm going to tell you what.
Okay. Now, so the situation was that Lolly threatened Julie, said, if you use my name again, then I'm going to call the authorities. And she called her based on the background of a video, not anything that happened with Julie, not anything she truly heard or knew the situation. Nothing was on video. So she did this based on her thought of what was happening in the background. That has been done to me with my kids. My boys were having a stupid fight years ago. And somebody recorded the background, not what I was saying, the background, and made a video about it. It's happened a couple of times. And they twisted what was said. I don't know. Dayton said something stupid like, I'll fucking punch you in the head. Like something dumb to Phoenix. Dayton was like 10 at the time. Not 10. Well, he's 18. So he was like 13 or 14. And, typical brothers fighting. But they were loud. And I was like, guys, shut the fuck up. But someone recorded it, and who knows if they called CPS or not at that time. But it was, oh my God, the boy, listen to the background. Listen to what the kids are saying. Oh my God, like brothers can't fucking fight. So I am dead set against people even Craig and BJ. Stop listening to shit in the fucking background. Stop making background noises part of the fucking stream. Unless the creator is making a big deal out of it, nobody should. But here we go. Yeah, she's going to punish, but this is where I get involved. Hold on.
People that do that kind of crap, that's like Laura, the CPS, when she called CPS on Makeup Mobster, 3 years ago or something, she was doing it to get at Makeup Mobsters.
Total fucking lie. This is what people run around stating. No, it was not to get at Makeup Mobster, nor is Makeup Mobster a fucking victim in this. So let's rewind. I've said this multiple times, but Tia, please listen very carefully. Do not ever equate me in the same respect as you're talking about Lolly. Two completely different fucking circumstances. So let's go back and rewind why I called CPS. From 2018 to 2020, me and Makeup Mobster were very close. We spoke on the phone every fucking day. She was on my panel. I was on her panel. We were close. I was going to go to New York and hang out with her. we were like two kindred spirits that met, and we just hit it off instantly. We were from the same area. We were really close. 2020, we have a fight. I don't even remember why. We have a fight. Shut up, Bedwolf. And she continues to talk about me every fucking day. And when I tell you every day, I'm talking every fucking live that bitch did was about me. And not only now she got other people involved. I became friends with Molly. That's what it was. That was what the fight was over, because I became friends with Molly. And no, Sly, I am explaining. And because this is what people think around here. This is how people think. And I'm fucking tired of it. I've explained this story so many fucking times. And you have morons like this that still fucking have this image in their head that's total lie. So in end of 2020, I started my business. 2021, this bitch could not shut the fuck up about me. Just would not shut up. And when she went after my business, she went after me, she went after my kids, she went after my life. She did this every day, panel to panel to panel to panel. It was endless. I couldn't even fucking go live without her business. I couldn't fucking go live and speak anything because she would bash me over and over and over and over. And released, let's not forget, she released a lot of shit, personal shit that I told her. She released it. Somewhere in 2020 or 2021, she got swatted. She believes it was Molly. She knew I had nothing to do with it. But of course, after we had the blowout, it must be me. She studied videos and tried to point out where it was me. Bullshit, bitch. She knew damn well it wasn't me. So then I'm a swatter, and like I said, she's watching these videos trying to prove it's me. All this other shit. And when it had absolutely nothing to do with me, I had just become friends with Molly. So one of the things that happened after she got swatted, her husband said, "You have to take part responsibility in this and get off the internet." So she was off the internet for a while because of this. Well, when she wouldn't shut the fuck up about me, because now she switched from Molly to me, and her obsession went from Molly to me. So every day it was Laura, 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 Laura. And every fucking night it was Laura, 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 Laura. She would jump on other panels. Laura, 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 Laura. Now I knew and I said to people, how the fuck do I get her to stop? Like I said, she was releasing private info, private conversations, private everything, and bashing my business and defaming me, defaming my business, defaming my children. And it was fucking endless. I did not know how to get it to stop. But I remembered her husband said, next time this happens, you're off the fucking internet. So where was my train of thought? My train of thought was, because I wasn't going to have her swatted, but if I call CPS, I know nothing's going to happen to her children. I know that no one's going to be taken away. I know she keeps a nice house and there's no roaches running around or dishes piled up. Like, I knew everything was going to be fine, but I was hoping that it would keep my name out of her goddamn mouth. And I figured her husband would make her stay off the internet. And it worked for a little while. And then it didn't work anymore. But that was the whole reason. It was not revenge. But you want to talk about real life? Defaming someone's business that they just started because they lost their job? Whether you thought the candles were good then or bad then didn't fucking matter. You were defaming my income. That's more real life than calling fucking CPS. And if people can't see that, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. To this day, I have never defamed another YouTuber's business. Not Dolly, not Makeup Mobster, not Alicia. I have never fucking done it. They've not Dolly, but they've all done it to me, but I have never done it to them. Makeup Mobster's gone through my website 1,000 times, pointing out what she didn't like about this and what she, who the fuck cares what you like? But I couldn't get her to shut the fuck up. And it was relentless. That's why I called CPS. It wasn't a revenge thing. It wasn't anything. Did I say I was wrong for it? Yes. I should have done an alternative. I should have come up with an alternative reason. But at that time, all I thought was this was going to make her husband tell her to get the fuck offline. And it, like I said, it worked for about 2 months. And then it was calm and peaceful. And then she came back on and talked about me for the next fucking 3 years. And people like, oh my God, Laura did this, Laura did that. If she was so scared for her child, if she was so traumatized by her child, if I should be held to this higher fucking standard for the rest of my goddamn life, then tell me why she came back on YouTube talking about me for the last 3 fucking years, 4 years, not even 3 years. It's fucking 4 years. It's been 4.5 years since I called. I called like June of 2021. So please tell me why I'm held to this fucking standard when this bitch doesn't even fucking care. That's what I want to know. She doesn't even fucking care that I called, because if she cared, she wouldn't speak about me at all. At all. But for the last 4 fucking years, almost every day has been about me. She's taken breaks here and there, but for the most part, I am the only thing this bitch fucking talks about. So please save me the drama of she's a victim, or save me the fucking drama about how horrible I am and how I did it for revenge. No, I didn't do it for revenge. I did it for revenge to try to get my fucking mental health right, because this bitch wouldn't shut the fuck up. And here I am trying to figure out how I'm putting food on my kid's fucking table, because I just lost my job due to COVID and a whole bunch of other shit, because I wouldn't fucking, do what they asked me to do, and said that I didn't have empathy for customers. And I fucking had no way to pay my bills. I had no way to fucking, to put food on the table. I was YouTube full time, but I still needed more money every month. I still needed to pay for shit. And here they are trying to smash my business for years. So I couldn't fucking live. So I couldn't put fucking food on the table. So I couldn't, if that's not fucking real life, I don't know what is. Calling CPS doesn't stop someone from making money. Calling CPS didn't stop her from bringing in an income. But you know what does? Bashing my fucking business. Going through my business with a fine-tooth comb, stating what you like about it and what you don't like about it, like it even fucking matters. I don't give a fuck what you like about it. But that doesn't stop you from going through it every time I upload it, every time I fucking change it. Oh, I wonder what MM's going to say about it. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And this goes on after the CPS call. So all of these people that think she's such a victim, fuck off. Because I'm sorry, but putting food on a table, feeding my children, and trying to ruin that is a hell of a lot more real life than some bullshit CPS call from 4.5 fucking years ago. And if you can't understand that and you can't see that, then you're as fucked up as the people you run with, because that is 10 times fucking worse. And let's not forget, I apologized to this bitch. I fucking apologized with full sincerity. I took full fucking accountability on it. And then you have these idiots like Numbnut over there. She never took accountability. Bitch, I most certainly did. But you know what I never got? I never got a fucking apology for trying to take away my income. I never got a fucking apology for someone bashing my business online every fucking day. That's my income, you dumb fucking cunt. But, oh my God, a CPS call is so much worse. No, it's not. It's not at all. So that's what I mean when I hear people talk about going real life and what's real life. Going real life is trying to hurt someone's fucking income. That's going real life. Calling CPS doesn't do that. Making fun of someone on the internet doesn't do that. But bashing someone's business that you've never even fucking had, now we're talking real life. Now we're talking you are trying to fuck somebody's life up. That's not talking about someone's on the internet. That's shit that people get sued for. You can't run around bashing someone's business when you've never even fucking had anything from it. And it's the worst fucking thing you can do. It's why I've never done it. I have never said one fucking bad word about her shit ever. Even though she started a candle business, you know, I laughed about it, but her, Alicia, not even Granny, I heard started a candle business or is learning how to make candles. If Granny called me and said, I have some questions, I'd be the first fucking one to tell her how to do it and where to order from. And, you know, I just, it fucking frustrates me where people are just so into, oh my God, CPS is the worst thing. No, it's really not. Because I can think of a lot of things that are a lot fucking worse. And I did not do it for revenge. I did not do it for anything. I just wanted her to stop. I just wanted the daily fucking insults to stop. I wanted the bashing and the defamation to stop. And if that makes me such a horrible fucking person, then I'll own it. But I wrote her, I apologized to her when this all came out years later, and I took full accountability. So when I hear someone like fucking this cat asshole put me in the same fucking category and make up something like, oh, she did it like that girl Laura who did it for revenge. No, bitch, get your fucking facts straight. Like literally get your fucking facts straight or keep my goddamn name out of your mouth, because I am so sick and tired of everybody thinking that she's a victim and that I did this and I did this, you know, just to be a bitch because I'm so big and bad. No, there is not a person out here that wouldn't have either thought of doing it or did it if given the same fucking position. Period. End of story. But I'm just saying, Fly, like I saw Granny like bought a candle kit, and that's not really going to go anywhere. But if she needed help, I would help her in a fucking heartbeat. I said the same thing to Alicia. I even said it to MM. You know, I made a lot of fucking mistakes along the way, a lot. And I learned from every single one of them. And, you know, now I've expanded with a lot of other stuff, but you know what I'm saying? And it's just fucked up. Like all these people started these candle business. Alicia said she did it just to compete with me. Like, who the fuck thinks like that? It's fucking weird, but okay, whatever. See, Island 2, Lally and Julie had no interaction. Oh, me and Makeup Mobster used to be very close, like very close. That's why I couldn't understand why she was doing all this. Like, I just didn't get it. And then the only reason I was fucking outed is because I had some ex-mods that fucking got a hair up their ass and wanted to out me. I mean, it's just fucked up. All right, that rant, I'm now fucking sweating. I'm taking off my big heavy sweatshirt. Thanks, Fly. So my point is, please do not ever put me in the same category as like Dark Horse or this lolly person. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm nothing like them. I never called CPS on anybody. I don't fuck with people's business. I don't fuck with their lives. Nothing. Hey, who knows? And I see all this other shit going on. And that's the only thing everyone wants to come back to is, oh my God, you called CPS years ago. And get over it. But it's like nobody, I mean, my people, thank you, Bad Wolf. My people know what happened, and I've explained it a bunch of times. But obviously, it falls on deaf ears when you have idiots like this fucking, put me in that same category. No, bitch, I'm not in the same category at all. And if someone truly cared, like I've always said this too, I do not speak about the people that I believe called CPS on me. I don't speak of them. And I had 5 calls. 3 of them, I believe, came from this psycho chick. 1 of them, I believe, came from someone who, another story. And the second one, I don't know. The second one was the worst. But I don't speak about any of them. Even if I think they're the ones that called, I don't speak about them. Because why would I, I love my children, I'm not going to get offline because of it, but I'm certainly going to be careful. I'm certainly not going to provoke the person that called in the first place. I mean, I cut off a friendship or an alleged YouTube friendship or whatever, based on his girlfriend was the one calling, or his ex-girlfriend. I don't fuck with crazy. And these people are fucking crazy. By the way, speaking of crazy, Bad Wolf, I found Elvis. Elvis is in a wheelchair in Vegas pretending to be Elvis. I tried to get a picture, but he wanted money to take a picture, but I'm telling you, it was fucking Elvis. And he was in a wheelchair. And I was like, oh my God, Bad Wolf, it's Elvis. I found him. He's on the streets of Vegas. But yeah, I take a picture. He wanted a money. I said, fuck you. Yeah, Elvis in the van. He was dressed up as Elvis. Right, Amber? It's just, I just don't understand everybody. I don't. Like, people would rather watch somebody falling asleep every fucking night. It's crazy. It is all they have on me. No, he didn't, Bad Wolf. I didn't speak to him. I just, oh, can I get a picture? He's like, are you going to tip me? I'm like, no. I was like, it's got to be Elvis. Only Elvis would say something like that. But, and that's the thing. You're right. That's all they have on you. A 4.5 year no. You haven't been ugly in a long time, unlike them, where you can repeat something almost daily from them. It shows the reaches for desperation for revenge. I totally agree. Yeah, Bad Wolf, you can't see fly on your wall? Oh, no, Elvis say, give me money. He had teeth, though. He did have teeth. But, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, and even going after people's businesses. When everyone was going after Dolly's business, I never said a word. If Dolly's buying soap from somewhere, we would joke around about candles, but I never bashed his business. If he wants to sell soap for $12, hey, more power to him. I think it's fucking crazy, but I wouldn't buy it. But that's his bread and butter. I'm not going to fucking bash him for it. When Alicia started, when started, I never bashed their business. I never went to their websites and picked it apart on a live, and she fucking begged me to I wouldn't do it. I have way more class than that. But just understand, yes, what I did 4.5 years ago was wrong, and I own that. But to be held to this standard when there's so much worse going on, and to say how she's a victim when she obviously didn't give a shit Because again, if you give a shit, you're not going to continue to speak about that person for the next 4 fucking years. Even when you find out it was her and you still continue to talk about me for 2 years. My rant today will probably give her 2 weeks worth of content. No joke. I haven't watched her in a long ass time. And nobody I know still watches her because it's the same shit over and over and over. But I would fucking guarantee you that this will give her 2 weeks of content. I won't watch it. I don't give a fuck. Someone that's so worried about their child in a CPS call would not fucking continue to speak about the person that called for years, not for a day or two, for years. And, you know, you have Brittany talk about Brittany's this or Brittany's that. And, you know, oh, they harm my kids. Brittany, you don't even have a business. Like, imagine you think they're coming after you now. Imagine if you had a fucking business. Imagine if they bashed your business every day, which was your income. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I know, fly on your wall. That's what I'm saying. And I have not even mentioned her in a long ass time. And even if she responds, I won't respond because facts are facts. And the facts are you fucking bashed me. You went more real life on me than I ever went on you. Ever. But people don't want to see it like that. It's fucked up. I did own it. I owned it immediately. As soon as I got caught, I owned it. I could have denied it like all these other fucking people, but I didn't. You know, my first knee-jerk reaction was a little rough, but then I had time to sit back and reflect and think about it. I even wrote her a private letter. You know, it said, could we just, you know, end this? Could we just call, you know, it is what it is. I apologize. I'm sorry. I should have never done it. You know, people have done so much worse and are never brought up again. The shit Queen Bee did years ago, nobody ever brings up again. It makes no fucking sense. You know, they try to bash Clue for being racist and stuff. And the vile comments she said, she's got plenty of black people supporting her. Doesn't matter what she said. Why is everybody else forgiven? But I get brought up and compared to like this lolly chick? No, fuck that. And I am so dead set against calling like background videos and all this other shit. But it doesn't seem to fucking matter. And I hate to bring it up, but I have to. Granny's watching faked fucking cancer, among other things, fundraisers and all this other shit. But that was years ago, so it doesn't matter. So why is everybody else okay? But I get compared to this fucking lolly shit. And I am all about forgiveness. Everyone knows that. I don't hold a grudge against people. I don't hold a grudge against Granny. I don't hold a grudge. I don't know Clue, but I don't even hold a grudge against fucking Queen Bee. I don't hold a grudge against Sinner. Sinner's gone more fucking real life than most. Nobody cares. Brittany's gone real life. Nobody cares. But God forbid you have a CPS call from 4.5 years ago and oh my God, you're the devil and you're going to get always compared to everybody. But everybody else can be forgiven for everything. And that's why I said I'm fucking done with this bullshit. Absolutely fucking done with it. And what I've noticed lately too, which was really my reason to fucking I'm done, is all these people that hate Queen Bee are all of a sudden rah-rah in Britney's corner. What about the shit Britney's done? Why is it that everybody's got to fucking pick a goddamn side? Why can't Britney be a piece of shit as much as Queen Bee? I don't get it. Does everybody have to fit in somewhere? Does everybody have to feel like they fucking belong somewhere? Because that's what it seems like. That, oh my God, I have to feel cool somewhere. Go find another community then. You don't have to pick a fucking side. They both can be scammers. One doesn't make, just because one may have raised more money than the other, doesn't make one less of a scammer. Personally, I think they're both fucking scammers. Plain and simple. But the difference is Queen Bee at least has fucking attorneys on file. We can see her attorneys. We know her attorneys are working. Whether she pocketed $100,000 or not, who knows? But at least we know she's got real fucking attorneys working for her. Brittany does not. So, and then you got Brittany constantly comparing her to Queen Bee with her measly $8,000. And all these people that are sticking up for her, they're not millionaires. What, you agree that measly $8,000 so it doesn't fucking matter? I'll take that $8,000. I'll be perfectly happy with it. It wouldn't be a measly $8,000. That's real fucking money from real fucking people. I fucking hate these people. I really do. And everyone's okay with it. And when I see people who came at me for being honest with people like JP sitting over in Brittany's chat, get the fuck out of here. The bigger picture is people support them. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I can't seem to figure out why. And I said that earlier. I don't understand how these wealthy people are supporting these fucking scam artists. And then, like I said last night, half the ones that make fun of Britney's looks look worse than Britney. So how are you making fun of someone's looks when you look worse than them? Because you want to fit in? Because you sound cool? Now, Clue calling Britney fat, I have this thing. If you're fat, you can call someone else fat. So that part I don't have a problem with. But some of these people, and you could see what Clue looks like. So yeah, I did. I had this thing. When I was fat, I was allowed to tell someone they were fat. But now that I'm not fat, I wouldn't say it. I just wouldn't. Because I'm not going to go around calling people fat because I used to be fat. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't do that. And I know that sounds dumb, but yeah, if you're fat, you can call someone else fat. But if you're not fat, you can't. But I do. I see all these people making fun of Britney's looks. And meanwhile, then their picture comes out and they're fucking 10 times uglier. Like Granny. Granny's not fat at all. Granny could not call BJ fat. That's wrong. I don't know if she does, but that would be wrong. But Clue saying it is fine. I don't know why my logic is that way. It just is. I'm not saying it's right, but should all take 35 for my lunch for the week. But that's what I'm saying. She's like, oh, it was a measly $8,000. You unappreciated bitch. Like, how could you say it's a measly $8,000 that you raised in like fucking a month? It's crazy to me. Many have no life other than online, and there are many who have money to burn. I just don't get why people that have money to burn go to creators that are lowlifes who can't even speak English. I don't get it. I really, truly do not understand it. It's fucking mind-blowing. I don't know. But it is what it is. People are fucked up. And another thing I noticed, everybody's trying to talk the same. Clue is her own person. Cletus, I hate to say it, but I actually like Cletus. And I happen to like Clue and Cletus's interaction with each other on a live. I do. I think they're a good team together. It doesn't mean I would want to go have drinks with them, but from a YouTube perspective, I can see why they have the draw that they have. I mean, I'll listen to her, don't get me wrong, but I happen to like listening to Cletus and Clue. They speak proper English. But that doesn't mean I have to like her as a person. I just like her on YouTube. So I can see the draw there, but the other ones, call me crazy. I do not see anything fucking interesting about listening to someone who's fucking high all the time. But that goes from, I know Dolly can be funny, but I don't know. I just don't find funny about it. I think it's weird that Dolly draws the crowd he does because I don't know. He's been caught grifting and lying so many fucking times. And then you have, and I'm just calling the stoners. You have Queen Bee that's fucking high 24/7. You have Dolly who's high 24/7. You have other creators in this community that are high all the fucking time. And the Glare used to be drunk all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I just find no value in listening to somebody that's fucking stoned all the time, whether it's legal in that state or not. Let me tell you, that was the one thing about Vegas that was making me nauseous. You can still smoke in the casinos, and pot is legal. Now, you can't smoke pot in the casinos. I don't think you can. But walking the strip, you smell weed, you smell cigarettes. You go in the casino, you smell cigarettes. I was getting fucking nauseous. Like, I don't want to smell pot all the fucking time. I don't want to smell pot walking down the street. Me and Sage were like, another fucking pot smoker. Same thing happened in LA. I don't want to fucking smell it. And you have all these fucking people that come online, they're stoned, they're drunk, and nobody seems to care. Oh, Dolly doesn't smoke anything since heart attack. Okay, my bad. All right, so we're talking pre-heart attack. But good for him. That's good. So we'll talk pre-heart attack. But you guys know what I'm saying. And I just don't get the draw. Then you have B Tim, who I can't fucking listen to. The guy is too much of an idiot. And I actually liked Elevated Truth until I heard he was scamming people with these fake fucking Labubus. Guys, you could buy them on the streets of LA in every fucking corner. I don't know why people have such a hard time finding Labubus. Pop Mart Labubus are all over Hollywood. And I mean all over. They are everywhere. $20, $25. And the boxes are Pop Mart. So I don't know what people are fucking selling them $50, $60 for. Know someone in LA, have them mail them to you. Yeah, I agree with you because they're not philosophical. And that's another thing. And I hear this on Britney's station a lot, which is, and I'm just going through all the reasons why I can't stand this fucking community anymore. You know, we heard Britney's, we heard Britney's ex-mods from like 2 years ago talk about how they bought her a computer, they bought her a monitor, they wanted her to succeed. They wanted, oh, do you fly? They wanted her to succeed. They wanted this and that. Okay. Why are you buying people computers? Why are you buying, like, shouldn't a creator have their own computer? Couldn't you have given that to someone that was more worthy of it? I'm just curious. Like, knock on wood, my computer dies, but you know what I'm saying, though? That's what super chats are for. That's what Amazon lists are for. And it seems like Britney's people buy her tons of stuff. And, you know, and she's not appreciative. So why do they keep doing it? Britney's making a couple thousand a month Believe that. I would say she's probably making about 5,000 to 6,000 a month right now. And I say this, ad revenue has gone up a lot. The longer your video is, the more you're making. Now, Clue said she goes yellow a lot. That's a little different. When you're yellow, you're not making money. I mean, you're not making ad revenue the same. But since I go green in almost every video, my ad revenue is my second highest income source. And I do okay each month. And I don't make a lot of super chats. But if I go live every day with 3 and 4 hour lives, I'll clear my rent, which is really my only goal each month. And that's even without a lot of super chats. So if I'm making that without a lot of super chats and I don't even go live for 3, 4 hours every day, and my second income, my second highest source of my YouTube income is ad revenue, what do you think these bitches are making that are getting 7,000, 8,000 views on a video that they're live for 6 hours? That's what they're making their money on. BJ too. BJ has 700 people in her live. And whether they hate watches or not, she's got 700 fucking people in there. And she's live for hours. Her ad revenue is in the thousands. So these people telling you, oh, they only make pennies, they're lying because YouTube changed. And I've told people this for a while. YouTube has changed. And I don't know if it was a mistake for the last 2 months or it was meant to happen. But ad revenue has gone up a lot. Like for every 1,000 views, you're getting, instead of pennies on it, you're getting $25 on it for every 1,000 views. It never used to be like that, ever. And you're also getting money on the front end and the back end, where you get money during your live and you also get money on replay. And sometimes it evens out. I've tried to figure out the algorithm. I can't seem to figure it out. I thought I had it figured out, but I don't. Then I was totally wrong. I said, damn, I thought I had this thing figured out, but I didn't. So again, if you go yellow in your videos, ignore this. But Brittany doesn't curse. There's no reason she doesn't have green. But the key is, like, you just can't curse the first 30 minutes. They say like 15 minutes, but I'd say 30. But that's why everybody started doing super long videos, is because ad revenue pays a lot more. Once you hit that 4-hour mark, they pay a lot more. So hence we're at 3.5 hours. But yeah, it's no mistake that your favorite creators are going live for 6 hours at a time. And why other creators started going live. Like I heard Sinners now doing 6-hour lives. I'm sorry, I don't have time to do 6 hours every fucking day of my life, but you guys get the hint. So that's why you're seeing it. Most are in trouble with Uncle Sam. Yeah, I don't even understand how. I mean, Google sends you, they break it down for you. See, it's interesting you say that, Fly. I'm wondering if you get double pay on vertical and landscape. Because if you get double pay on both, then it's certainly worth paying StreamYards their stupid $45 a month. But I don't know if you get paid for both. I just want that little gifting feature. But the only people I ever see doing both are here. But I don't know. You know what I was just thinking? I wonder if I could do vertical from my computer. I'm going to look at something. Hold on. I'm going to check something. I think vertical may pay better because you're open to a lot more people kind of thing. Let me just pull up StreamYards. All right. see if I wanted to do a live stream. Oh, I can. All right, so what? So through StreamYards, I can do vertical. I'm gonna try that. I thought you had to be on your cell phone to do vertical. I don't know what the format looks like, but I just don't want to pay $45 fucking a month. I mean, Streamlabs is only 27, and that gives you tons of stuff, you know, different themes and all this other stuff. StreamYards to me is just not worth almost $50 a month. Unless you get paid double. If you get paid double for the same stream, then it's worth it. I'm just not sure if you do, but I'm going to try vertical tomorrow, or maybe I'll try it later. I don't know. Depends if I could sleep or not, because I got to stay awake so I don't get killed. Nobody likes vertical. It's like TikTok. Yeah, I got to get on TikTok more. I have to do business on TikTok. 45 for a possible 4,500. I do. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I got to ask Justin if you get paid double. Because it's true, though. If you get paid double for each stream, that's fucking good. That's worth it. But you also get a lot of trolls. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try it later. Just see how it is. So, all right. But I am going to get off because it's 8:30. Can you change it on your own? See, I like TikTok. I just feel like everybody talks the same way. You know, like everyone has the same inflections. Everyone does. It's just weird to me. Although I did find this one woman who was like super rich. I don't know who her husband is, but oh my God, she had a house to fucking die for. I was like, where do you even make this kind of money? I mean, multi-million-dollar home. And she was nice, pretty down to earth, but older lady. But it was funny. I was like, damn, she got money. Hold on. Oh. Oh, I know what I want to ask you guys. Is anyone like me not getting insurance next year? Have you guys seen the prices of insurance and how much it is fucking skyrocketing? I even told my oncologist and my doctors, I'm sorry, we need to get all my appointments in by the end of the year. I was like, there's no way I'm affording next year. There's just no way. My plan has jumped where not only, like, I don't have a deductible now, but as of January 1st, I have like an $8,500 deductible plus a monthly premium. There's no fucking way. I was like, I'm just going to have to get a job with insurance because there's just no way I'm paying fucking insurance. Like, they got rid of Obamacare, basically. And now anyone that was on Obamacare is totally fucked, me being included. I told the kids, I don't know what I'm going to do. And that was just for me. That didn't even include all the kids. I had all the kids with me. And it is through the roof. And I'm like, I told the kids, I don't know what to tell you guys. There's no way I can afford it. I want to switch back because it's ridiculous. You know, it got me through cancer and everything else, but I'm sorry, I can't afford these prices that you guys are asking. And I even told my mom, I was saying, like, I'm going to die before everyone else. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? I said, Mom, I can't afford insurance. I said, what they're asking it's like $300 to go to my oncologist. Exactly, Fly. My premium this past year, which was covered by Obamacare, but my premium was like $2,500 a month. I'm supposed to be able to afford that? Are you fucking kidding me? And like Sage was saying, isn't there something, or my mom, like, isn't there something they can do because you have cancer? Like, you have to see doctors or you're going to die. Because if it came back, you wouldn't know. But like specialists now, I pay, what do I pay? $25 copay for specialists, $15 for doctors. And it's fine, you know, and if hospital stays or surgery is like $150 out of pocket. Okay, fine. Medicines, $10, generics, and I haven't gotten any regular meds, but and everything's been fine. Like I've been fine. And same thing with the kids. But nope, not anymore. And the quote that I said about the 8,000, that was just me. I was like, that's not even a family plan. That family plan is going to be skyrocketed. It's going to be like a $20,000 deductible for the same plan I have now, but they've also changed it because no longer are specialty doctors 25. That goes up to like 150. Like it's asinine. I was like, there's no fucking way. I was like, I'm sorry, but there's just no way I'm paying it. So I told the kids, I guess I'll have to get a job with, you know, good insurance. But I don't know. I don't have another choice. I told the kids, get insurance through school because it's fucking crazy. And then hospital stay is like quadrupled what it was. And these are like the cheapest plans. So I'm like, hell no. So it is population control. I don't know why they dismantled it. And there's like hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be out. But so all of you that voted for Trump, yeah, well, he fucked middle America. Just like Vegas has fucked middle America. Insurance companies have fucked middle America. So good job. I don't know why they want this country for just fucking. See, that's crazy. 150 copay on an office visit without insurance is 175. That's insane. See, my regular doctor has a sliding scale, which the max you could pay is $35 a visit. And then Walgreens has my medicine cheap. You know, if it wouldn't be as cheap as $10, it would be like $45, but still. Oh, I forgot about labs and stuff. My doctor's office has a lab. Think about it when you vote. I didn't vote. I don't vote. But I just, you know, I hate to say it, but to cut out Obamacare, you're killing people. Literally killing people because I'm not the only one that can't afford insurance. I mean, you're talking like, let's just say a regular job. $20 an hour. All right, just average job, $20 an hour. That's what I make babysitting. But so let's say that's $2,000 a month. I don't know if I'm right, but let's say $2,000 a month, 40 hours. I don't know. So you're going to pay, let's say that's your only job. So you're going to pay $1,000 of that in medicine in case you get hurt. Well, how you paying rent? How you paying this? How you paying that? How you paying for everything? How am I paying rent when I got to pay $1,000 just in case I might get sick? And I don't know what the fuck this country is doing. I told the kids, I'm going to move. I'm going to move to a country where healthcare is free. Because it's not even like I get sick a lot. Yeah, I had cancer, but I don't get sick a lot. I don't go to doctors often. I go every 3 months to get my refill. That's it. And even with cancer, I mean, obviously you have to go to the doctor, but they even spaced it out every 3 months. You know, I have my mammogram set for January. I'm like, I got to change it to before this year, sometime in December, because I may not have coverage next year. But I'm going to have to call and find out because it's scaring me. Just like the kids not being covered. I wasn't going to worry about Sage anymore because she was going to get married, but we know that didn't happen. And how are the kids not covered? You know, it's like it puts everyone in a situation. Like I remember getting a premium last year and I was like $2,500. Are you guys out of your fucking mind? And then Amber and Sly were like, don't worry, you're not going to have to pay that. Well, this year, I guess I'm going to have to. And that's a month, by the way. That's what they were saying. They were charging me like 25. I think it was $22.80 a month for a family of 4 to be covered. And Obamacare covered that. Not anymore. Yeah, the ACA expired. They want this country to be nothing but millionaires. It's not going to happen. I think in the long run, it's going to end up costing them 10 times more. But with all these people not having insurance, a lot of people are going to die. And they don't care. They don't give a shit. So I don't know if anyone else was in the same position as me. Bad Wolf, we need to get married. So I have health insurance. That's right. I'm moving to Bad Wolf's house. I forgot. I forgot to tell you guys. I was about to dox him accidentally. I was going to say, I'm moving to blah, blah. But yeah. I forgot I was marrying Bad Wolf. My bad. I almost said your state accidentally. Then I caught myself. So Bad Wolf, you better pick up my ring pretty quick because we need to get married. A Democrat was in office. Oh, you couldn't even get Obamacare? We would still be screwed insurance like we are today. This is an issue we both agree on. They screw us over. Absolutely. Yeah, I do have to get a divorce first. I even asked Ron this weekend, can you get me back on insurance? But like we found out with the kids, unless I live in California, it doesn't even matter. I would have to travel to Georgia to go to a fucking doctor. You really can't get Obamacare where you are? That sucks. I mean, it doesn't matter now because they're getting rid of it. You need insurance, there's no ring. You're not going to buy me a ring? I told you I need insurance and good credit. And you have a truck, so that's good. I need a truck. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It depends on how much you make. And now that the kids are working, they add that in too. My girlfriend went through that. She said the Obamacare premium was worse than her regular premium. I agree. There should be. I mean, I said the same thing. Shit, I'm almost 55. I should be able to get Medicare. Got a Passat. I thought you have a truck. See, Ninja, that's what I'm saying. If I have to pay insurance, the insurance that I had, if I had to pay the premium, it was like $2,200 a month. I almost had a heart attack last year when I saw that. Oh, your special war? Well, you got to buy a truck. I need a truck. I need a pickup truck. I know it's insane, but that's what I'm saying. I have like 2 weeks to figure this out. I guess I'm gonna call him tomorrow if I live. If Dracula doesn't get me tonight. If you missed the beginning of my stream, I had a dream that I was with Nonsense, who was carrying a Bible, and a little boy told me that I was gonna die tonight. So that's that. No, I don't want a company truck. I need a pickup truck that will haul a little trailer of candles. Come on, Bad Wolf. I got big dreams here. Big dreams before I die with no insurance. Yeah, I need insurance, a ring, and a truck. I'll get a truck. I want a ring. I do need a truck. Because a truck will hold a fifth wheel. Or a trailer that you buy from like Home Depot. And then you have a store at the back of your truck. Those are my dreams. But being eaten by Dracula? I'm telling you, shit's stuck with me all day. I'm still thinking about it. This little boy saying, "You're going to die tonight." I can't stop thinking about it. It's like kind of freaking me out a little. So I've told everybody, if I die tonight, just know I saw it coming. I predicted it. And Nonsense is at fault. It's Nonsense's fault. I know it's not happening. Dracula doesn't even exist. But I said, like, my dog's going to maul me or something. It's just really fucking weird that I just remember it being said over and over and over. You're going to die tonight. Crazy. Crazy how our brains think. So, all right. But I really am getting off. Oh, Upchurch's light. See, just as I was about to get off, you had to say it. Hold on. Hold on.
I think everybody has the wrong idea about what an alien is. We know what an illegal alien is, but maybe start looking at people who are alienated, who are by themselves a lot. People who really believe that wizard spiritual magic shit. Is that what you call it? Because I just
conducting robberies, systematic robberies in Brentwood. One of those,
a return of the gods. I think we are.
Do you see this figure right there in the middle?
He's talking about politics.
This guy, right there.
Own backyard.
So many innocent people have been arrested for DUI in Tennessee.
You have to look at them. Do you believe what they're saying?
Hey, he's talking about politics in Tennessee. I thought he was talking about Kylie. No. Maybe he's got an album coming out or something. Whoops. Maybe he's got an album coming out or something. I don't know. He needs to get back to writing the way he did 10 years ago. His music now sucks. He used to be so good. Ow. What are you doing? All right, I'm getting off. You want to go out? Go tell Phoenix. Say, Phoenix, let me out. So let me out. All right. I am getting off this time. Bad Wolf, I will answer your question in a minute once I get off from earlier. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for standing on your own and not having to pick a side. Starting tomorrow, we are going to enter a whole new world. What that world is, I don't know yet. I think I do, but and I think I'm going to do like Sundays will be my, because it's like a recap night. So Sundays will be my day to do this community. But starting December 1st, we are going to switch gears. I don't expect a lot of people at first, but I think it'll pick up. I think it'll be fun. And that's it. All right. So I will see you guys later. I will see you guys tomorrow with a whole new something. And that's it. And if anything major happens in this community, yeah, I'll try to cover it. But I'm really trying to get away from it. It's the same shit over and over and over. And like I said, two things can be true. They're all fucking scammers, plain and simple. That's all you got to say. They're all fucking scammers. So, all right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace. And thank you guys for the super chat. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out and hype the video when I'm done. Peace out.